Okay, but I need to turn this off.
And we need to
turn
go...
that on.
Yeah.
And then I need to go to this. I do not want to open Adobe Premiere, please.
I'm gonna copy and paste this just in case. I always recommend like making your own bases. Your own bases because you get extra practice and you don't have to rely on like trying to trace over things. But I always recommend having like a blank head with hair on the side or blank head with faces on the side. And then you can like continue on with like your own little process. What drawing app do y'all use? I use Procreate. That's just been my go-to for years. Okay. So one of my favorite ways to draw hair is actually starting with silhouette. So what does that mean? Well, basically just thinking about the outside shape of the hair. So I can literally just like think about it by adding a blob like this. And it could be really, really ugly. And maybe it could give me like some idea of how I want to start the hair. So maybe it might look like this, and it maybe the ears are hidden or not hidden.
Yes, and this is directly along the lines of what we were talking about the other day. You should probably just like paint bucket it or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Boop. There we go.
The 3D versus 2D thinking. So starting with 2D like a silhouette and then adding the three-dimensional aspect on top can help a lot.
So what this helps me with is the silhouette helps me to figure out how poofy I want the hair to be, how much volume do I want out of it, and then I can always add extra shapes. So let's say I don't like how these bangs look right now. I can always change it. I can say, hey, let's turn this into more blunt bangs, and I'm just going to put in one blob like this. But I'm also adding extra shapes. Like here's a small shape, then a big shape, then a smaller shape, then a big shape.
Hey, three cats. Hey, Brayden, how you doing?
Hi. And I can always add extra strands, like whoop.
You want our books? So bad, have no money. Are your videos the same as your books? Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff on our YouTube and TikTok. It'll help you out for quite a while. Hey, everybody on YT, how's it going? Say scabbies? Is that how it is? Ooh.
Ooh, scabbies.
Kate, Midnight Cup, Ross.
Hey yo.
Honey, the Honey Bun Empress.
Oh, that's fun.
First time I'm here from the start. Awesome, welcome. Shattuck Paradox, how's it going?
Well, let's make
hey,
her
Rick.
have long hair.
Dotrius. What's everyone up to today? We're doing our 10-hour long stream on Saturday, by the way.
Yes, we are.
So we pushed it, and we're gonna be doing our 10-hour stream on Saturday.
All right. I actually teach this method in our anime art school when I cover hair, but not, of course, before like showing how hair works. But you can make like a lot of hairstyles using this method. And then what I'll do is I'll take the silhouette and use this as a base, and then I can draw another line work on top and be like, okay, how am I going to actually connect all these strands? Oh, I see this clump. That's going to give me some good hints of where to start. So let's say this one comes up to about here on the head. Okay, this one maybe splits apart a little bit. This one splits apart. And you can make a lot of decisions, like just with whatever. So like, for instance, this strand could be all the way in front like this. I could totally do that. Or I can make this clumps like this, where this clump is in front of this clump. Like that. So like, really, you can work with silhouettes in whatever way you want. I love working like this. It's so much fun. And it's so much less stressful. And then you just add detail. Like, figure out which strand is in front of what. Is it in front of the ear? Is it behind the ear? That is your call.
Secretly watch at work.
Oh,
I won't tell.
I won't tell either.
How long have you guys been drawing for? Long time.
Long time.
My first professional job was in 2016.
We now have hair.
Hey,
Ain't that pretty?
Lou. Is that Lou, like the clips from yesterday, Lou, on YT?
That was really
Armatox,
funny.
how's it going? Liana. Wait. Is that Shadow Mukes or is that someone different? What is Mukes? M-U-K-E-S. Is that
I don't know.
something?
How do you render hair? How do you do dynamic poses? Can you try to make a hand?
I thought those clips were so funny.
They
We
were
literally
hilarious.
We were crying from laughter
we were
last
crying
night.
from laughter.
Like the stupid box pancake that fell. That was so funny. I have an art degree but can't get a job. How? Art jobs generally are based on portfolio, not degrees.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what you're applying for, but if you're not getting hired, your industry that you're trying to get hired in might be super specific, or the portfolio just might not be at the level yet. It's hard to say exactly, but it's pretty much entirely portfolio based. There's a lot of creative industries that are portfolio based. Editors, art, music, a lot of different stuff.
If I want to draw this from the side view, I would basically just do the same thing. But I would keep in mind, like, what does this look like? And how does that also change in the side view? Does this come out like this? Or is it, like, less?
Well, welcome, Liana.
Welcome.
One of my favorite streams so far, the pancake one.
Oh, that's so fun.
That is really funny. We did a stream yesterday where we did pancake art.
Yep.
And it was really funny. And then one of our members, Lou, clipped it.
Ooh, it's not good. Yeah, it was hilarious. I loved it. It was such a funny video.
Yeah. Pancake Miki.
Pancake Mickey. Miko.
Pancake Miko.
Yeah.
There's the box. Christina eating Pancake Ray.
Yep. Rubio.
Pancake Rubio.
It was really, really fun.
There's Psyche. Thank you for these pictures, by the way. Lou.
Do you guys have any videos explaining how to draw and render, like on YouTube? Yes, we do have tutorials on how to draw. I also have a 3-part series on how to render hair. Colin has a few rendering tutorials on there as well. Like on our streams, we put a lot of our streams in our channel.
Yeah, I love it. Drawing it. Just joined live. Awesome. Welcome.
Awesome.
What do you like drawing? What sort of things are you interested in drawing? I should have not have left early yesterday. Oh yeah, it was good. It was really good. That was funny. So sad you had to miss the pancake part.
That's okay.
Do you
We'll be
guys do
doing more of it probably during the 10-hour
Do you guys
stream.
do scheduled stream or do whenever? Both.
Both.
This week we'll be streaming every day. Around 5 p.m. Pacific. We were a little bit late today just because of some stuff that I had to build, but other than that, we got some fun stuff planned.
Yeah. Someone is asking how to do dynamic poses. I would say as long as there's action, you're going to get something dynamic. So like, what is the torso doing? Is it bending back? And it looks like this. Is the head also going back in space? What are the arms doing? Are the arms like flailing back and forth, or are they doing a specific pose like stretching? Right? Is this one right here, or are the legs laying down? So like this could be a dynamic pose because there's action moving. If all your poses is just like this, get out of here, bug. If this is all the pose that you're doing, like everything's very stiff. Here, there's a lot of activity going on. There's movement in the torso, there's movement in the arms, there's movement in the legs. So you can think about that as well.
Experimenting on body types and stuff. Cool. Anime. Nice.
Nice.
Any recommendations for graphics tablets? They all work pretty well, I would say. Huion works pretty good. They are, what is it called? We're partners with them. They'll send us tablets occasionally to try out. They work pretty good. I like their stuff. They're pretty affordable. Wacom is noticeably better, their Pro Series, but you wouldn't notice that much unless you've been drawing for a while, I would say.
Yeah.
But they're good. Like, a lot of them are really good. XP Pen supposedly works well. Haven't tried it myself. A lot of affordable options out there these days. It's not like it used to be where there was only like 1 or 2 brands.
I really like your drawing technique. Thank you.
Nice.
Hair tough for like a jellyfish cut. It's a bob with tendrils. Think about that, you know.
My mom recently bought me a Wacom Cintiq 24-inch, and it's amazing. Yeah, I love my 24-inch. Is it the Pro, or is it just the Wacom 24-inch? I love them. They're great. I love doing figure drawing on a screen that big. It's really fun. I don't use that on stream.
Well, here's a bob. All we have to do to make it look like a jellyfish is add tendrils, right? That's the whole like shape language of the jellyfish cut.
You have a
And-
tutorial on that.
I do actually. Yeah, it's been a while since I've shown it, but yeah, I do have a tutorial on that. I think it's on your YouTube.
Does Wacom leave marks on your screen when drawing? No.
No. There we go. Jellyfish cut. Reminds me of Miko. Kind of does. Miko with jellyfish cut would actually be really cute.
Let's teach how to draw anime heads.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do how to draw anime heads. If you have no idea how to draw an anime head, just keep in mind that anime heads are three-dimensional forms. These are not shapes. Yes, shapes kind of have something to do with it, like the outside shape, but it's caused by the form.
Yes, just remember, it's an actual physical thing, like what you could hold in your hand. Do not be deceived by anime. You're still drawing in 3D.
Yep.
It's just disguised.
Yep.
One of the biggest difficulties that people have with drawing anime is they're not thinking in terms of, this is an object that I could rotate.
That I could hold and
Yes, that I could hold
Manipulate.
and manipulate and move and rotate and tilt up and down. That's a really, really, really big deal when it comes to drawing anime. I used to struggle with that a lot, and nobody ever told me. I didn't like learn that until way later. It seems obvious after you know it, but a lot of people really struggle with that. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't obvious for me for a really long time, so I struggled for a very long time drawing anime heads. Because anime anything, because I had difficulty thinking about it as a three-dimensional object.
yeah, it is hard. And heads are one of the more difficult things to draw because you want them to look good, and it has complex forms. Like it has spheres, boxes, and maybe like a little bit of triangular prism type things. Depending on what kind of nose you're doing, right? So the head is composed of these three things. If you don't know how to draw these, it's gonna be harder to draw a head, right? Do you guys draw Moe art style? I draw it sometimes.
How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. We're doing good.
Yeah,
How are you
good.
doing? Hardest part for drawing heads for me is showing the side of the head. Noise. Arts from Vision. Hello, how you doing? When drawing a perspective scene flying boxes, I know that each box has its own vanishing point, but is it possible for them to have a different horizon line? Yeah, if they're tilted forward or backwards, they'll have a different horizon line.
Do you teach about drawing backgrounds? Yes. Although we have a lot of that in our school.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a vanishing point, right, and you've got a box on that like this, right? If this tilted up, your second box would be like this, right?
Ooh. Whoa. We're kind of facing down on that box a little bit.
So you'd end up getting this sort of thing. So if the box tilts this way or that way, your horizon line will go up and down. If the box tilts this way or that way, or rotates this way or that way, your vanishing points will slide along the horizon line. And if it does both, it'll slide and then go up or down.
This brush you can get on our profile.
Yeah.
Like that. Are there exercises you'd recommend for perspective? Yes. There's quite a lot. Is there any easier way to draw teto curls or just curly hair in general? I want to learn it. Teto curls is just an upside down cone with swirls around it. Make with that what you will. Find the most basic form, the easiest form that you can do, and then just like draw some wrapping lines around it. and then turn them into cylinders. There's corkscrew curls. And then you just gotta erase the inside. But I can talk about my process for just drawing heads in general as well. A lot of people seem to be asking about backgrounds.
I started to draw in January 2026, gave up after 3 months because of one main reason, screenless tablet. Do I need to have latest version of iPad Pro or a couple gen older is fine? Screenless tablets work great.
Yeah,
I
they do.
literally use those on stream.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to get used to them. There's nothing wrong with screenless tablets at all. I have multiple artworks from recently that I did on stream with a screenless tablet entirely. They're totally fine. This one I did on stream with a screenless tablet. I did this during a 10-hour live stream and then finished it up a while later. This one I did on stream on a screenless tablet as well.
Mm-hmm. Here's our school. You can join it through this site. It is labeled Anime Art School with the yellow button.
Yep, you can go check it out there. Yellow button. It'll bring you to the page. It'll tell you all about it.
You can also get the brush that we're currently using as well on this site.
Yep, there
it's
you
free.
scroll down. It says brush or digital brush or whatever.
Yep.
It's just our Linkion profile, and yes, the brush is free. So no, you don't need the latest stuff at all. I mean, people still make masterpieces with pencil and paper, right? Like
Some people are still using the Wacom 3.
They'll go and burn wood and draw on a rock and make an amazing masterpiece. Like, it's not... Drawing happens in here.
Yep.
We were actually talking to a professional comic artist at Phoenix Fan Fusion a while back, and we were talking to him, and he was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, the drawing happens in here. It's not the medium. It's this. You just want the medium to be able to translate what's in here.
Mm-hmm.
But that just comes through practice. Comes through practice. What time will the live start tomorrow? Probably 5 Pacific.
Yep.
5 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, we do have a school. If you really, really do want to get better, you can go check it out there. It covers the fundamentals. So if you're wanting to really get better, not take a bunch of shortcuts, and learn the basics,
Yep.
you know, perspective, anatomy, figure drawing, clothing drawing, color theory, rendering, heads, faces, all that kind of stuff. We do have a school online. You can check it out on our linky on our profile. This is just all example work from the school, by the way.
Yeah, this is like the perspective stuff.
Yep. What about the nice stuff, the finished stuff?
Clothing, how to paint clothing. Colton, we do backgrounds together.
Mm-hmm.
So Colton does all these backgrounds in different lighting scenarios, and then we add characters to them. You know, one of the examples is like this.
Super dark.
It is very dark. I don't know why it's so dark.
Is it this? Probably.
Okay, there we go. Now it's lighter.
It's Abby.
It's Abby
and June.
Yeah, so these are all backgrounds that Colton does for the classes, and then I add a character on top, and you would already know how to do all this by this point in the class.
Yeah.
And more creepy stuff, more color and stuff.
Nope, this one's 497.
Mm-hmm.
The whole school is it's a year long. You own it forever.
The 2001 is a mentorship version.
Yeah, that's a mentorship version, Honeybun Empress.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you would get, if you got that version, you get live meetings with us every week for an entire term, like a mentorship.
And there are lessons on character design, yes.
Yep. There's a whole class on character design.
Mm-hmm.
14 weeks long.
These are just some examples of the character design stuff.
Is there any way I could show you my art? You can join the Discord server and post it in the art chair, but we generally don't review art on stream unless it's like a special critique stream or a challenge that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a challenge going on this Saturday during stream. We're going to be streaming all day for 10 hours, and we're going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific, and we're going to go the whole day. So if you're free this Saturday, you can come join us. We're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Can we see some of your students before and after? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I can bring some of that.
I love showing before and after work from our students. It's amazing. Okay. I'm kind of just thinking about how I want to teach the heads. Like, maybe I'll do like a front 3/4 inside or something. But
Oh, look who it is.
oh yes, Dahlia.
It's Dahlia.
So this is before and after.
Yeah. Come on, this is not moving very well.
So she has been a student of ours for a good while, and she's made a lot of progress.
Oh, come on. This is Aura.
This school is actually online, so you can join from any country.
Yep.
Ayori.
Oh, Melina.
Oh, I love that one so much. It looks so crisp.
Yeah.
Is it okay to repeat the question? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If we didn't see it, you can repeat
Ketsu?
it. Yeah, so good.
Ketsu's made a lot of progress. He actually posted some work recently that's a lot better than this too. This is actually
Kind of
relatively
old now.
old.
Yeah, it's old, a few years old now, isn't it?
Yeah. That's some of the student work that we put up. I need to put some more up. We have a couple more to put up, but I just haven't.
You have a Discord? Yes, we do. Check it out here. It's on our bio. It's on our site. Can we see a student who started as really good and became so much better?
Who?
It depends on what you
Nev,
mean by really
maybe?
good. Probably Nev.
Nev, maybe? I don't have any work of hers collected. We have a whole bunch of students that post work in the server, but we don't build a whole bunch of the before and after sheets. 2-year difference is crazy. Yeah, look at Fox's.
Oh
stinking-
yeah, you should see that one. This is also one of our students.
Yeah,
as
this
well.
is Fox, by the way. This is 2 years ago when she joined the community.
And
this is
now.
recently. Look at this, bro.
Nice form and
Oh
proportion.
my gosh, bro. Yeah, I need to make a sheet for you, Fox.
Yeah.
It started as really good and became so much better. I don't have any of those collected. It depends on what you mean by really good.
Yeah.
Because, like, if someone's really good, they're probably just working professionally. What time zone is the Saturday stream? 11 a.m. Pacific, so
Yes.
California time. We'll go live at that time, and we'll be streaming for 10 hours. So 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific. How long are y'all streaming? I don't know. We just stream for as long as we want today.
Yep. All right. I am thinking of doing a tutorial, and then maybe I'll try to clip it. So let's see.
What kind of tutorial?
Like a head drawing tutorial.
Okay.
Like maybe a front, 3/4 side. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah.
We just cut it together based on normal teaching.
Yeah.
It never really works to do it that way.
Yeah, I know. It's like I feel like sometimes
you
I
cut
just
it together based on like a normal
yeah, that's
normal
true.
video. That's
I start
what I
getting
always
stage
do.
fright.
Oh, chat.
I do.
You want to see the craziest thing?
How
Guess
much
who
does the school
commented on my Instagram video?
Yeah. How much does school cost? It is $497 for
Yep.
the entire thing. It comes
is
with
basically like a college. It has a whole bunch of stuff.
yep. You do a lot of amazing work and illustrations. It's
Ramon Nunez commented on my video and just said, nice. You have any idea who Ramon Nunez is?
He is an amazing artist. Oh my gosh.
He is so stinking good. He's like a
Yeah.
Reno tuna.
He is like a Reno tuna. It's like a sassy Reno tuna.
Yeah.
Reno tuna kind of vibe.
I think Dan is actually friends with Ramon.
Yeah. For the whole tuition for 1 year. Once you get it, you have it forever.
It's lifetime access.
It's lifetime
yes.
access. Yeah.
It's a crazy deal.
It's a
Like,
one-time payment.
if it sounds amazing, that's because it is.
Yeah.
It's a one-time payment, lifetime access to a year-long school. You can go through it as many times as you want, and it's like a college. So there's a bunch of different foundation classes. They're all organized. You could literally go through the college over and over and over and over and just get better and better.
Yeah.
Clip Studio have everything and also plenty of tricks and stuff you could use in there for sure. Clip Studio is great. Got a quick question about shading. If you guys don't mind, do you prefer to add gray to the figure and then add the shading before colors? Or do you add all the flat colors and then add the shadows? Both. When you understand how to value group and structure, you can use any way that you want to proceed.
Someone's asking how much is a school for a lifetime. $497.
Yep, $497. And it's lifetime access. It's a year-long program. It's like a college at your own pace.
No subscription needed.
No subscription. Yeah, like in, for example, Kumotsune. I take both approaches in school. I don't really care. I start with black and white. I'll start with color. It doesn't matter. On my still life painting that I give a demo of, This one, I start with black and white. I start with no tone, 2 values, just separating the light and dark. Then I go into 4 values, and then I go into color, like this. But on other ones, I'll just start straight up in color. Like this one, I just started in color. And I just make sure that the value makes sense. So if I come in here, right, and I just add this, and I look at it in black and white, you can see that at a small scale, you can kind of see what's going on graphically. Like you got the window, you got these lines here, you got the light coming across here, and then everything else is pretty dark. What?
Am I allowed to pass the school down to my future son, or will he have to mow the lawn for 3 months to get his?
If you decide to charge him for it, it depends. I don't care if you pass it down.
I don't care if you pass it down. We actually have a parent that watches, or that goes to the school with their child.
Yeah.
Or the child watches them go through the school.
Yeah.
I tried to verify in the Discord, but it won't work for me.
I'm not sure. We can deal with that soon.
Yep. I joined one of your streams 3 weeks ago, and y'all mentioned a game developer artist who had great, and then it didn't.
I worked professionally as a concept artist for a long time, so I actually know a lot of game developer artists, so I don't know which one. Oop, that's cat stream, sorry. This.
Yep.
Would y'all have any known complications in working with Krita as far as, say, resolution for print for some professionals? No, funny enough, we met a guy at an expo. He's a Magic the Gathering artist, and he was selling a bunch of prints there. He worked in Krita. It should be fine. You tried to verify in the Discord server, but it won't work. Let me know your username. Did you just join today? And I can just manually give you your role.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see my question? Did I? Probably not. They go, Ramon, yeah.
Yeah.
Could you talk about drawing the body in different angles, like manly the shoulders and how far out? Oh.
I can do that. I would say, huh?
Okay.
I would say for the shoulders and how to connect it, and also making sure that it's the right size. You would need to find your hand length for that. So if you're doing realistic heads, for example, or realistic proportions, you're going to take your head, divide it into thirds.
I gave you the roll.
Awesome. From the top of your head to this 2/3 point, this is the size of your hand, and this is also the bottom of your nose. So here's the hand length. You take this length, move it down from the nose, one more hand length, that's your pit of your neck. You move this one hand length across, this is your clavicle, and your shoulder comes out immediately afterwards. Now, of course, these measurements may need to be adjusted because, we're not perfect, but like it's a good benchmark. So for me, I feel like I made mine a little bit short. So I'm going to move this down a bit. And so here we got our traps.
You talk about Chris Falkenberg? Ooh, yeah, I actually DM'd him recently. He said he's busy for the next couple weeks, but he'll be happy to come on sometime on the channel. I want to bring him on.
Yeah.
He's super nice.
And so here's your shoulders. Your shoulders appear immediately afterwards, not as an extension unless you really want broad shoulders. But it follows pretty much after the clavicle ends. And so if you want to draw this in kind of like in perspective, you can think of the upper area kind of like a box that's a little bit wider. So it's not like a pure cube. It's wider, and it looks like this. And your head is in the middle. And your neck is down here.
No, I don't see your question. Did TikTok block it? Sometimes TikTok blocks questions.
Yeah.
You might have to reword it. Empty. Tio, it's only once.
Only once.
It is a lifetime access. Yeah, you might have to reword your question because I don't actually see.
I don't see any
a message from you.
Yeah. It is a one-time payment. How do people use an oval as a guideline for drawing the head? It's more of a starting point. Like the oval is not the only thing to draw for a head. Like this, to me, like I think it's a simple way to do it, and then I turn it into a form later. But like I can also draw a head with a sphere and extend it, and add a bit of angles to it, which will kind of be like sphere plus box. This is just like quick hand. So sometimes this might not be enough to show perspective unless you add like multiple sides to it like this. So for me, when I'm just drawing really quickly, I use an oval. I start off with an oval and then I add form lines on it.
Chicken tikka masala.
Oh,
Chicken tikka
yummy.
masala is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get a lot of the time. I think my brother gets the biryani.
Biryani.
It's
Ooh.
delicious. I like the sauce that comes with it, but the tikka masala for me is just like, oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And naan, garlic naan. Oh, bruh. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I also think about like what's the width of the head compared to the shoulders.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can't even tell my question is getting blocked at this point. It definitely is because your
I can't see
message before that was all right then.
Yeah.
It depends on what your question is. TikTok auto blocks certain things.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
If I want to draw this from like a very top view, I will look at the distance between the head and the shoulders, and I'll like look at this measurement, and then I'll draw my head, and then I will draw
Oops.
the sides of the box and just kind of make sure that these two match. Or I should say I should move this over to the other side.
Mm-mm.
And this will work in other angles as well.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Are you guys father and daughter? Yes, clearly. I'm from Xiamen in China. I grew up there. And then had Christina as a daughter.
Somehow. I like that. How you said somehow.
Perspective has got to be the most difficult part of drawing, at least for me. You're not far off. It takes people a long time to develop. It takes people a really long time to develop the ability to draw in 3D.
Yeah.
So you're actually pretty spot on, like being able to draw form and draw in 3D space. There it is. Basically, I've been animating for 5 years. What do you suggest I can do with my skills? I don't animate. Neither of us do. We teach Drawing Foundation, but I would say there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that want to hire animators. Me personally, I would start looking in that direction. If I'm looking for money, I would put together a portfolio, something interesting, a pretty cool portfolio, and I'd start sending it out and maybe catching people. You promote your stuff in maybe Discord server channels, but your portfolio is going to speak for itself. Like that's the art industry for you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of animation do you do? 2D or 3D? Not that I guess it matters that much. Can you show us how to light heads from different angles? I have some stuff that will help.
Someone asks how to draw a body.
Are you done with heads?
I guess. I guess I'm kind of just all over the place that I don't really know where to start.
Okay.
But and so I'm just kind of answering some questions on the side. So you can show the head thingy.
Oh, come on, TikTok. Quit it. We're clearly live. We have 200 people in this stream, and TikTok thinks we're not live.
Yeah.
I mean, how to light heads. These are some videos that we took of our head models. And so, like, heads are basically mostly spheres. So they're going to have a core shadow generally running along one side. This is lighting from the top. But you can see, here's the top part. It's lit. Here's the core shadow of the brow ridge. The bottom part of the face sticks out. This is like the muzzle. So it gets lit. And then you get a shadow going down. So this really just comes down to primitive form rendering. It comes down to primitive form rendering, right? If you're lighting a sphere, one side is lit, one side's in shadow. One side is lit, one side's in shadow. One side is lit, one side's in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, if you have something that pops out of the face, it'll be like, right? One side is lit, one side's in shadow, and so you tend to get like
Maybe the nose and the cheek area are lit.
this sort of thing, right? Yeah.
Little mustache.
That's what happens. Like that shape you see here. And it's because the head is a 3D volume. So if you're having trouble, I'm telling you, it's not just with drawing anime heads. If you're having trouble drawing anime heads, I can almost assure you that it's a form drawing problem. And if you're having trouble lighting them and shading them, that is 100% a form drawing problem. Because you can't light a flat piece of paper. Like, an anime head is not flat. It's a three-dimensional object. Even though you're drawing it on a 2D piece of paper, it's a 3D object.
Like
it's
this
not,
nose is
it's not
coming
flat.
towards us.
Yeah.
This is going away from us. So like it is form.
The
And-
mustache of light, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like this cheek looks like this in a planar form. So it's like here's the eyes, here's the cheek, comes out in space, here's the chin, goes down in space.
And look what happens when you look at it from above. Oh, what do you know? There's that part that sticks out
Yeah.
with the nose. What and like just because it's facing you doesn't mean it's not sticking out anymore.
Yep.
Look at a side view. You can see it sticking out. So
Please
when the
don't-
light hits,
Please don't spam.
yeah. That's really annoying. I'm
Yeah.
literally just going to block them. Okay, so it's a three-dimensional form.
Yep.
It's a three-dimensional form, and just because you're drawing it with lines doesn't mean it is no longer a three-dimensional form.
Exactly. You know, actually, you came up with a really fun way to break down heads. You separated out this right here, like a little mask, and then you also added like a little extra shape to kind of show the eye, like the eye area. Kind of looks like a Superman mask. Kind of like it, or superhero mask.
Yeah, I like breaking it down like that. Like this. I just experiment with different ways of breaking down heads.
Colton has drawn live before. In fact, he already drew some earlier.
Dude, I literally draw
He's
on live
drawn-
all the time. I do
Yeah.
entire paintings start to finish. I did this entire painting start to finish on stream like a couple weeks ago. I draw
Interesting
every single
question.
stream.
Why do some people get better at drawing quickly while some people stay the same for a long time?
Why do some people get really strong in the gym in 3 months and some people don't? It's the same thing. It's like the quality of exercises, how much you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, the amount of hours that you're spending doing it, the repetition. Some people turn into bodybuilders and other people never get a lot stronger. Right? So, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. So, like, we can find the curvature. Like, this is a tomato, right? This is a tomato. This comes towards us. Here's this nose part. We, like, pull it off, right? You can pull it off. And then this part could be like a mask.
Okay.
So if you think about it from like a top view, we've got this, and it's going to look like that. So this part coming out is this part right here, and we can see that on the actual model. Comes
There it
out.
is.
Right? Comes out. So it sticks out. So you can think about it in this way as well. If I have a cylinder, and if that cylinder comes out like this, right? It's like a little boat or something.
Or toilet? I'm kidding.
Yeah, like toilet. And so if this cylinder is facing me, if this toilet is facing me, that point that comes out right here, it's right here, and it just looks like that, right? It just looks like that. If I'm above the toilet, it comes out, and it comes around like that. And this is something that's really, really important to develop because that will allow you to draw anime heads at different angles. Now, everybody's so incredibly obsessed with, like,
That
this
shape.
line. They go, what should this line be of the cheek? That they're like missing the point of the whole three-dimensional form. Like, the three-dimensional volume is what gives you the line of the cheek. And so it's like learning how to draw in 3D will make it so nailing this exact line is kind of irrelevant because this line is a byproduct of this. It's not about the line, it's about the form, and then the form dictates the line, because this line changes with every angle. Like, as you rotate the head, the line changes. Like, it's not the same line at different angles. So memorizing the line, it can be helpful to get you started, but it's not a very good solution.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Oh, by the way, you can get those heads on our TikTok shop. We made them ourselves. You can have a head that starts off with a circle, but then you can add like an extra form underneath like this, and you connect, and all of a sudden you got a chibi head.
Battle Pass Premium to get fit in 3 months. Where's the person that asked about the why do some people get better and some people don't? Was it on YouTube or TikTok?
I think it was on TikTok.
Who was that? Because I
don't remember who.
We could kind of continue that trail. What to take in mind when drawing from reference? Should I switch between 3D and 2D? Yes, that's exactly it. That's a perfect solution. You can use the two-dimensional aspect to get yourself in the right area and proportion, and you can use the 3D aspect to really reinforce stuff.
Yeah.
Someone who's good at copying from reference understands what they're drawing, not just one-to-one copy.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to find that.
Yeah, I kind of want to make a quick tutorial on how to draw a body real quick. So one of the easiest ways that I like starting with bodies is I'll draw a line, and this can be as long as you want. What matters most is the ratio, right? You're going to divide this in half, and you're going to divide this upper part into thirds. You're going to divide this lower half into half. So you got a third for the upper section and halves in the lower section. Here's your rib cage and pelvis. So you can use a rectangle for this in the 2/3 and 3/3 mark. Here's your head. Huh? Yes, thank you.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
It is easy as 1, 2, 3, exactly. Rib cage fits in this section, and you can use an egg form for this, or you can use whatever. I think an egg form is great. If you want to find the pelvis, you can just divide this section in half, and you can draw a little underwear shape. Here's a torso. You want to add arms, you can draw you can do it this way. What I like here is I will just draw the width for the shoulders, and I'll add a little armhole like this. Here's where my legs are gonna come out, which is the underwear shape. Let me do legs. My legs are tubes. Here is my kneecap. Upper leg is a tube. Here's my kneecap. Here's my lower leg. Another tube. And it's also a little bit thicker on the top, and it gets thinner towards the ankle. So kind of like a little chicken leg. And then here's my feet. It ends at this end point right here. So I got my legs. If I want to draw my upper arm, it ends at around the rib cage. So this is where my elbow is. Swing out from my pelvis. Here's my wrist. I turn this into a tube. And then my hand rests it around the thighs. So I like using or drawing simple people like this a lot. And I can always change my body type later. If I want to turn it into a curvier female character, I can just turn this rectangle into an hourglass.
So that's the proportional system.
Yep.
To make it just as one reminder, right? Halfway point. Bottom of the kneecap. Halfway. Bottom of the rib cage. Pit of the neck. Thirds. So the top half of the body gets divided into thirds. The bottom half of the body gets divided into halves.
Yep.
And this is an 8-head figure.
It is an 8-head figure. If you don't want it to make an 8-head figure, just make the head a bit bigger.
And then the head, by the way, 2/3 of the first box.
Yep.
Or of the first third. That's for like an 8-head figure.
Yep.
Like that. If you want it to be an anime character, make the head bigger.
Yep. The legs are not the body times 2, or so you have really long legs. It is the upper body. So it's the length of the upper body from the head to the pelvis. Move that down. Look at that. There is my legs and feet. So I use that constantly.
Yep. And you will, if you practice this a lot, it will become like breathing.
Yes.
It will just be part of how you draw. That's like the phase that you want to get through.
Yep.
Where it's just like, OMG, how do you draw bodies so accurately? And it's like, practice this over and over and over and over and over, and then it just becomes part of how you draw.
If I want to add legs here, I use curves, like an S curve for the gesture, and then divide that in half.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't answer any questions because Christine was in the middle of something.
Yeah. Okay, you can answer now.
Okay. What do they mean switching from 2D to 3D thinking? We talked about this a little bit the other day, but essentially, two-dimensional thinking is like design. It's like the shape of something, and 3D thinking is the form, like a 3D model.
Yeah, I was talking about it with hair too earlier.
We talked about this earlier with hair. We talked about this the other day on stream as well. It's the kind of topic that makes every single person bored and leave. So we talk about it occasionally, but it's for some reason people find it really boring. Maybe it's just I don't explain it very well. I don't know.
Or maybe it's not flashy enough.
But it is one of the most important things. It's like one of the most important things to think about. It's like a very large part of what professional artists think about when they draw from imagination. But what they're referring to is like if you're looking at a photo of a person, you're looking at like the negative space between their arm and their side.
Yeah, like this shape.
And you're like looking at that shape. And you're looking at your drawing and you're going, is it the same shape? That's like copying, right?
Yeah.
But then you combine, you partially copy and you partially draw from reference and you understand what's happening. So what ends up happening, where's like you're able to do studies, right? Like Christina did a study of this and she's going, I understand what's happening three-dimensionally. I understand what forms I'm drawing. I understand.
Yeah.
See, there's her body.
There's my body.
That three boxes that she just showed, that's that.
Turn them into cylinders.
Yep. Drawing the clothing over top, thinking in terms of 2D, and then she adds the folds.
So like this, when I'm going into painting, for example, I'm switching to 2D. So like, what is this particular shape compared to the reference? And then I add more form.
Yeah.
Like
that would be
it's a
like
cylinder.
shape design and shape appeal.
Yeah.
If you're doing an art study of an artist you really like, you really want to study how they use shape appeal. Like what are the actual shapes they're using and why do they look good? And then you also inject your foundation, like drawing around the form, rendering like core shadows, cast shadows. Where do they show up? Where's the light coming from?
Yeah. And this is a lot to teach. That's why we put a lot of it in our school.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We talk about this extensively in our school. That's why people get so good, is because they study how other people apply these things who apply them really well.
Yeah.
And it's not about copying someone's style. It's about understanding their decision-making process.
So here's an example of the 2D versus 3D. I'm thinking 2D right now. What is this shape?
Yep.
Like, is it curving a little bit compared to the other ones? Is it being a little bit different, quirky? Oh, this is its own shape. I'm using big, medium, and small shapes, and I'm not thinking about the inside design at all. This is just the outside. Okay, now that I have my outside, I can think of my inside, which is my 3D. This turns into a 3D form now because I'm adding overlap. Overlap. Ooh, look, I'm going to show a little bit of this going in front of this. That is 3D. But the 2D shape already works really well, so now I don't have to worry anything about like the design on the outside. It already looks really good.
Yep. And notice the interesting thing is, Christina could have put
Yeah.
She could have done either.
I could have done either.
Like, because again, like, remember, it's flexible. We talked about this before, but same shape.
There we go. Same
Right.
shape.
I'll make this one more obvious.
How would you connect the hands to the arms? You connect it like a box. The wrist is a box. Hands are a box. You connect them like boxes.
Right.
That's a short answer.
Same shape. Could draw the inside of this.
Ooh.
Same shape. you can decide what the 3D form is. See? Same shape. You can decide what the 3D form is after. So, like, Christina's doing this with the hair, right? Ah, come on. Right? Boop. Boop. Look at that. Top. Bottom.
You could turn that into a body if you want.
Yep. Look at that. It's like, same shape, change the form. Same shape, change the form. Like, you can decide. And as long as it's consistent, people will believe it.
Yep.
That's 3D and 2D thinking, right? So, like, if that starting shape looks cool two-dimensionally, when you add form to it, it will continue to look cool.
Very true.
It helps when you're designing because it allows you to compartmentalize parts of your drawing. Like, and it's an advanced topic. Like, it's a pretty advanced topic because it kind of requires you to be able to draw somewhat decently.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to start practicing it early on.
Yeah, I remember hearing this concept like years ago, and I never really understood it. I was like, but like, I was always so focused on trying to draw the subject. Like, well, I need to draw a person. I need to draw a background. I need to draw a building. Rather than thinking, well, what's the graphic shape, right? What's the interesting shape? And then you can turn that graphic shape into anything else. I never really understood that until much later.
It's the same exact thing in environment painting and drawing.
Yep.
It is the same exact thing. You start with an interesting graphical composition, and then you turn it into something. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting.
It is interesting.
Do you draw on live, Colton? Someone says. It was the same person who asked like 20 minutes ago.
He literally just drew it. I think you missed it. But yes, he does. He does. So you don't have to ask anymore.
I take it that master studies would help with improvement as well. Absolutely. Master studies, studying anything really. And then when you're doing like a still life, you can try to apply what you learned in a master study. So you're like taking something and injecting your own creative, juice into that. Mm-hmm.
I have a few hand TikToks. You can check that out on our profile. You can also check out the how to draw hands video on our YouTube channel. Is your brush free? Yes, it is free. You can find it here. Or you can also find it on our Discord by typing this in. !brush on our Discord server, and you'll get it. How would I check the proportions on a complex pose, i.e. Spider-Man hero landing? That's a really good question. That would have to have you would have to have a lot of experience, just like memorizing the proportions and then knowing how that works in perspective. So for instance, if this, you have to understand how foreshortening works and how center lines work. So if this is what my center is in a complete front view, so this is my center line right here, and this is also my center line for the horizontal center line. What if I skewed it in perspective? Well, how would that work? How would these lines change? Right, this line, horizontal line, will become much shorter, foreshortened. You can see that this shape is much bigger than this one. If I wanted to do a Spider-Man landing, I would have to find out, I would have to understand that this is happening, and I'm also knowing that my head is going to be overlapping my torso. So I may have a plane, I may start with something that looks like this.
What pose is Spider-Man landing?
I think it's like this. Hold up. Like his hands are, I know this is like a really, like this, right?
Oh,
I think that's
is that what you're talking about?
I think so. I think that's from what I've seen, or it looks like this. Yeah,
this
there we
one?
go. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah,
Kinda.
probably like that.
Yeah. So
I guess they have like one leg out usually.
Yeah, usually one leg out because it looks cooler. So what I'm thinking of is what's the torso doing and the head.
But which books do you recommend studying this? That was an earlier question.
Okay.
Andrew Loomis, Creative Illustration would be my best advice. Everybody loves the Loomis method for heads. I don't think that's his best work. I think his best work is Creative Illustration.
Yeah.
It's just, it goes over too many people's heads, I think, and
Yeah.
it kind of covers concepts that are a little bit harder to understand in the beginning, but it's his best book, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Framed Ink is also pretty good. 2D versus 3D thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. Probably creative illustration.
What I would do for that specific pose is this process won't really work anymore. You have to use a different tool. So if I were to do like a Spider-Man pose study, I would try to find the graphic shape that encapsulates the pose. You know, here's like the arm, for example.
Loomis head slander. I never said anything bad about it. I said his best work was creative illustration. Mm-hmm. His figure drawing, for all it's worth, is good.
He's most known for the Loomis head method because everybody mentioned it in a lot of art books.
Loomis method is a key word that people throw out a lot these days. Mm-hmm. And people will say Loomis method even when someone's not using the Loomis method at all, because it's like the only... It's like they kind of connect head drawing with Loomis method in their brain.
Yeah.
But no, it's a totally valid method. A lot of people use it. It's just creative illustration, in my opinion. His book, which talks a lot more about design and thinking and mindset and how to draw anything successfully, is just phenomenal. It's such a good book. Mm-hmm. Like the Loomis method is, you have to be able to draw three-dimensionally.
I prefer the Mickey method.
Like, it doesn't give you the ability to draw in 3D.
I don't think they hate it because they don't understand. It's more, I think it's like, oh, it's so cliche. I feel like people would be like that.
No, it's totally valid.
But it's very valid. It's a very valid method.
There's a lot of great ways to draw the head. Loomis method being one of them.
Yeah. Like, I use a partial Loomis method for head drawing. For instance...
I prefer the reference method. You should probably use the reference method all the time, regardless of what method you're drawing with.
Like, technically, I don't know.
You wouldn't be able to use the Loomis method for that.
No.
Because the Loomis method has specific idealized proportions.
Exactly.
It doesn't work for different proportioned heads.
Yeah. The only time that I would, like, kind of use Loomis is this part. Sphere. Then chop off the side of the sphere.
Yep.
That's kind of about where it goes. And when people see this, they're like, it's like they get like something activates in their brain and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Loomis. I'm like, a lot of people do it this way, but
no, it just represents this.
It just represents the temple
area. It
area.
just represents the cranium.
Yeah.
They simplify this into a circle, and it's kind of flat on the sides, and it's wedge shaped, so it's larger in the back and it's smaller in the front. Mm-hmm. And so starting with a sphere that has chopped off sides is great. Very common, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And then some people would say, you know,
Asaro
this part.
Head? Yeah, the Asaro head's great as well.
I have Asaro can be quite...
It's difficult for beginners to understand.
Yeah. So, like, this is what I would do to start off with if I want to draw, like, a male head. And then I would turn this into this.
Yeah.
Because it's a starting point.
That, for a head breakdown, in my opinion, is great. It's like the simple side of the Asaro head on both sides. Mm-hmm. The Asaro head can be really complicated for people who are just starting to learn head drawing.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, this is not a shape anymore. This is a form that you're drawing.
Exactly.
Right? It's not just like, oh, I'm drawing one line here, then another line here that's curved. Then, for some reason, I'm drawing another curve here. Like, you're not thinking in terms of line. You're thinking... Here's a sphere. Here it is chopped in half. Like, this is why we add this thing right here, because this is a form line. And this wraps around. So this is round, this is flat. Shows the form really well. You drop this down a little bit. Here's your jaw. You connect this line down to the chin. The chin area is kind of boxy.
Yep.
And then this line connects with this line. And so now you got kind of like a base head that looks like, you know... That looks like this. It's not working. It looks like this.
Yeah, and that's not the Loomis method.
No.
Like, that's just a simplified head. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people also confuse the Loomis method with a lot of other methods because there's only so many ways you can break down a head into, like, very simple forms. Like, a sphere with a wedge on the front. Mm-hmm. That is just a simplified head. Yeah. It's a great method. It's not the only method. People understand things in different ways, and I think that go through and figure out what works best for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's artists that work like this. They'll draw the head like this, but they're still using form.
Renan with a $1.99 super chat. Can we get some W's in the chat for that? Thank you so much. Will you be in Lightbox Expo this year? Yeah, we're planning on going.
We're planning on it. It's actually coming up soon.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be going. If anybody's going to Lightbox this year, we are definitely planning on going.
Yeah.
And we'll say hi to you if you say hi to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be walking around the whole time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. First time on stream. Rimaru, welcome.
Welcome.
I drew Rimaru not long ago.
Yeah.
I guess I painted him.
I usually use rounded boxes. Hey, that's great. You know, whatever works for you. How to draw hands. I keep struggling with the hands. Try not to go outline mode on it. Once again, hands are very complex, so if you just do this, it's kind of hard. Try to break it down into 3 different parts. Yeah, Pikachu. Well, Pikachu hands is like, here's a mound.
Yeah, it has like
It
fingers.
has a mound and it has fingers attached to it like a little cactus. I don't know.
It's funny. Yeah.
There's Pikachu hands. It's also
Cute.
great for chibi hands.
It does.
Chibi hands are great. Hands, they're just boxes. They could be boxes or they could be sheets of paper. You can also modify. Like if I want to draw a hand like this, I'm thinking, what's this overall shape? What's this shape? So to me, this is going to be my hand shape. This is my palm. This is the shape that it's in, and it's also in perspective. Right? Here's my finger area. Here's my thumb. It's like a web. So like that's what I'm using it to simplify. And this is going away from us in space. And then here is our thumb. Here's our wrist. Our wrist is another box or at the top of the plane for now. So keep it flat first, and then you can add extra sides to it. If you want, you can also add lines for fingers just to kind of generally space it out. And then you can add more stuff on top, like, oh, draw the cylinder of the finger or whatever. But like you're starting with a process, you're not trying to tackle everything at once. That's really the hardest thing about art is you want to tackle everything at once, you want to get everything done like super fast, but then it ends up backfiring. So like have a process that you're like, okay, this is definitely not going to fail me.
Yeah.
But of course you got to fail a lot of times for it to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
And if this isn't perfect, I can always change it. Like this to me looks really awkward. So I might just go in and be like, I don't like this. I might need to make this a little bit thinner. Here's my knuckles showing the form. Here's my thumb going away from us, cylinder, right? And then here's my wrist. It's another form. That's how I break down hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just do that a million times. Like find a process that works and then do a lot of hand studies and you'll get better at it.
It works. It works great.
Mm-hmm.
What method for body that easy to learn? You can go check out our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video called
How to Draw Bodies.
like if you hate drawing bodies, use this method, and there's a couple videos on bodies. You can check it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to learn, you will definitely be willing to go to YouTube and press 2 buttons to get there.
Yeah. I would say there's multiple ways the body can be understood in an easy way, but it's hard to draw. So just keep that in mind. Just because it's easy to understand may not be easy to draw.
Yeah.
What brush?
It's on our linky on our bio.
Mm-hmm. But I teach a lot of how I draw bodies in our anime art school. If you have no idea where to start and you're like, man, I just want to be able to draw bodies once and for all. How do I start? What do I do? I always hear, oh, you should do the bean method, the XYZ method. Like, which one is the best? I would say just learn a process. I teach you a process that for me was really understandable and helped me to understand bodies more. And I was able to do stuff like this and simplify. And then after that, you're able to draw full bodies
Yep.
that look really good.
When I sketch, I make lines. I make so many lines it goes blurry. Yours is so smooth. Can you do a quick tut? It comes through doing exercises. So we can talk about a couple of exercises to get better at doing lines. Someone else asked, what is Lightbox? It's an art industry event that takes place in Pasadena, California every October. It is at the Pasadena Convention Center. Mm-hmm. It's over a weekend, late October. I think it's going like the 23rd or something.
Yeah.
And a bunch of artists are going to be there. Concept artists, illustrators, publishing companies that publish art and drawing books and all kinds of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of different artists there. We're not going to have a booth. We're just going to go and walk around.
Yeah.
Okay, so line exercises. If you tend to draw and you're like this, searching lines, practice drawing in one go. All right, so there's a couple exercises you can do. You draw a vertical line, cap the top and the bottom, or put a dot at the top and the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Put a dot anywhere along it, and you draw an S curve through it. A bunch of S curves through it in one line. Try to hit all the dots. It doesn't matter if you actually hit them. It is just about drawing one line. You want to get out of the habit of like chicken scratch. If you want to be able to draw more like, and less lines, that's one exercise. Another exercise, horizontal line.
Aiming.
Yes, it teaches you to be more conscious and specific with your lines. Right? I'll move this down a little bit so I don't hit that. Like that. Here's another one. You can draw a sphere, and you go from straight to straight. So you come out parallel, you wrap over, and you end parallel. And you make a ball of yarn. This is wrapping over a form. This is like practicing. This is like wax on, wax off in Karate Kid. You're doing an exercise that you're going to be using all the time when you're drawing.
And by the way, try not to zoom in incredibly close.
Yes, that's another one. If you're drawing and you're like this.
That is one other way to do chicken scratch, is you're zooming in and you're trying to fill like one like long line with smaller strokes.
You ever scroll on TikTok and you see people streaming and their stream looks like this? I'm going to recommend against that.
Yeah.
If you want to draw like Christina, if you want to draw with more confident, flowy lines, I would recommend against doing that, because it is physically not possible to get a confident, flowy line by moving your canvas every 2 seconds. It's like trying to draw on a giant billboard.
Yep.
Right? It's like, if you want to try to draw around an object, try to, get a comfortable, like, range of motion where you can draw from one side to the other. Right? Like an S curve. Here's another one. 2 lines. Parallel to parallel. Wrap over. And back to straight.
Should look like a candy cane.
Yep, this is a candy cane.
It's another line exercise. Great.
And you can go the opposite way as well.
This is great for curling hair. Curly hair.
Yep. You can even do it with a cone.
The more confident your strokes, the faster you will draw as well. Yeah, look at that. And then you just follow the gesture.
Yep. That is how you would draw curls for hair. And it's how you draw anything wrapping. Lots of stuff wraps. You can go over stuff like this as well. You can bulge out, come back in.
The grub. I don't know. It looks like a grub to me.
The grub method.
That's another line exercise. Is you're doing the same thing, but you're using a more rounder version, and you're protruding the outside, making the outside bulge.
Yep.
This is great for rope. It's even great for braids.
It's great for everything. Anything that goes around form.
Great for clothes.
Yep, and you can even...
But notice that every line that he's doing, he did it in one stroke.
Yep, I did it in one
It's
single
really hard
stroke.
to train out of it, but you can do it.
Yep.
How to learn anatomy perspective. Which one would you learn first?
Well, the human body is in 3D.
It is
So-
in perspective.
Anatomy is like anatomical information about the body, but if you want to draw a human being, they are not a pancake. They're not flat. They are a three-dimensional form. They have thickness, right? Otherwise, when I turn to the side, I would disappear.
It'd be like a piece of paper, like.
So you can learn both at the same time. It doesn't matter. A lot of schools will have an anatomy class and a perspective class at the same time. But just understand that the human body is not a two-dimensional object. It's 3D.
Yeah, like this, I'm using a bit of perspective, but I'm also turning that perspective into a person.
Yeah.
You can do both at the same time. I do have you draw boxes in the school, for example, like this.
Ruffles. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the questions that I missed. Best method for drawing a head? I'd be really careful of the word best. There's a lot of good methods. I'd try some and see what works for you.
Yeah, I have a video called How to Draw Heads in 15 Minutes. You can check that out if you want.
Yeah, Abby, I think earlier you asked, what did you ask? How did we meet? We met on Artemino. I think searching lines are fine at the sketchy phase, but switch one line in the clean. It not necessarily. I mean, you're going to search at some point, but the searching doesn't come from drawing. Searching happens in here.
Yeah.
Like you see shapes in the clouds and stuff. So it's more of a mental thing. I wouldn't necessarily agree or disagree. Used to love Artemino. It was good.
It was good.
I love the drawing tips. I'm also curious about your relationship. Yeah, we're married.
Yeah, we're married.
We run Anime Academy
The ship has
together.
sailed.
we've been live streaming for the last 2 years and 3 months as of today.
Yeah, as of today.
So 2 years, 3 months, which is what, 2.25 years. Every single week we've been going live between probably 3 and 7 times.
Keo, you can go check out my video, How to Draw Heads in 15 Minutes,
No,
on
we
our
don't.
YouTube channel.
We don't have kids.
We don't
But
have
we do
kids.
have 3 cats.
We do. We do have three
None of
kitties
them are
out right now.
here right now. They're all snoozing.
There are times where lines can feel like they're searching, but like from a professional standpoint, they're just kind of like feathering, which is a bit different. There will be times where I will draw, like if I need to draw really big, I'll end up having to like kind of continue the line a little bit if I need to. That so usually happens if I have to draw really big. But like my lines are still not really searching as much.
Yeah. We have the same channel name on every platform.
Yep. Draw Anime Academy on every platform.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be anything different. If it was just something different, that'd be weird, in my opinion. Like imagine we're like, oh, we're XYZ on YouTube and XYZ on Instagram. I'm like, it's too confusing, bruh.
Yeah. Are you teaching traditional drawing style too? These are all techniques that are applicable in any medium. This is like art foundation, like confident strokes. The teacher that we learned all this stuff from, Will Weston, he taught all this with Prismacolor on paper
And
in
chalk.
Art Center, and he teaches it with chalk on a chalkboard. Now he teaches classes online digitally. But if you remember when I was talking earlier about Andrew Loomis's book, Creative Illustration, he actually talks extensively about how the fundamentals they transcend the medium.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what you're drawing. Like a square is a square, and it makes sense, right? A square is a square. Red is red. Blue is blue. Like whether it's on a computer monitor, whether it's on a piece of paper, whether it's on a billboard, blue is blue. A square is a square. You know, a diamond is a diamond. Like a pentagon is a pentagon. A shape, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Light next to dark is contrast, regardless of what it's on. A piece of paper, a computer monitor, a building. It's more just understanding how to manipulate that medium. That takes some practice, but the concepts, they go over mediums. Even people who sculpt in clay.
Yeah.
You should see some of Wouter Tulp's
He sculpts?
sculptures.
Oh, I didn't know he sculpted.
Yeah, he does clay. He's a character drawing artist, and he sculpts his characters sometimes out of clay. And
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, he talks about that a little bit in his class occasionally. Do you teach 6 vanishing point perspective in your art school? No, I don't
No.
teach fisheye drawing because that's kind of a niche topic.
It's very specific.
It's very advanced perspective. We spend the whole term building your ability to draw in 3D. I don't really cover any really specific topics like that, but we do cover it on stream sometime because people like learning about it.
There's a video on our channel. Believe it's called the most important perspective video you'll ever know, or you'll ever watch or need. And Colton does cover some fisheye in there.
Yeah, I do have some videos on that. Go check our channel. When you refers to search, you mean follow your intuition when you draw a stroke? Kind of, yeah.
Well, searching, I think, is more like you have no idea where to do, so you're kind of guessing.
Yeah, it's like searching is like you fall back on your training, which, you know, again, we really recommend that you practice a lot and you do studies, and you search with your intuition as well. Like, how do you how do you determine what's a good looking shape? Like, well, it's partially intuition and it's partially like, oh, it's too symmetrical, or oh, these two blobs are really even, I'll make them less even, or oh, I'm using an S curve here and an S curve there and an S curve there and an S curve there, maybe I'll make some of them C curves and some of them S curves. Like, you have a way to self-diagnose why something is not working based on your intuition and also knowledge about shape appeal. And that's something that you can learn. Like, it's a learnable thing. Like, that's how a teacher can come in and fix a beginner's art, and not like fix, but like, here's something that might make it more appealing, and the beginner goes, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. And then the next time they draw, they're thinking about it, and their drawing turns out more successful. Did y'all go to art school? Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Art school, and then worked professionally for a long time. Are you reading TikTok comments? I read that one. Do you guys have a video of drawing ruffles? Yes.
We do?
But it's going to be an old live stream.
Yeah.
That you're not going to be able to find, so we'll just have to draw ruffles again.
Yeah.
Ruffles. Bup, 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 bup. Here's a piece of paper. Bup, 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 bup. Here's a curved piece of paper. Here's a curved piece of paper. Right? Think about like this. That's a pleat. We'll do this. Here's a chunk of a cylinder, right? If I have another cylinder and another cylinder and another cylinder, now we're getting a little bit closer.
Connect those cylinders.
Right? We could go zoom, like this, or this could come down here like that. So ruffles happen, right? Because you have something like this, and there's bup, 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 and there's bup, 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 bup.
You sew 2 strings into the fabric, and you bunch them together. And
you pull. You bunch all... You push that in, right? And so what you end up getting is a shape that's kind of like...
like a flared out piece of paper, I guess.
This, right?
Yeah.
This is all bunched up, so we go like this. And then this goes out. So, like, what ends up happening is you get, like, this sort of thing. And these are cylinders. And then this comes in, right? Here's this.
Here's where it goes.
And now this is 3-dimensional forms. So anywhere that there's an overlap, we want to make sure that we're showing that overlap, right? Like this, not as much. Maybe we'll put a little one there. This is definitely going in front of the other thing. This is definitely going in front of the other thing. So it's really like compound cylinders, but you can draw these like S's. And you can get really crazy with this, right? You're like it doesn't have to be a symmetrical S, right? It could be this. And then you come down here and it could come out like this.
And that could be a skirt.
Yep.
We are backed up on messages, by the way.
That's fine. I'll get to it in a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Right? So, like, again, this is what's happening. This is adding design. Does that make sense? Like, I have a concept that I draw, and it's really obvious. It's really obvious. This one is ugly. This one is obvious. This is the same thing, except now I'm adding design. So instead of this, I'm going like this. Small, big, small, medium, big. Same thing. A and B, same thing. One of them is even and one of them is designed. And all it really is I get a little cylinder, I get a big cylinder, I get another one like that, right? And then all these cylinders all pull back like that. Instead of this, I'm making it, but then everybody loses the plot when we start designing, because it's just like the prettiness of it is now distracting.
Yeah.
And so that's why we draw it simply first, and then we inject the design to it like this. And you put this on a character, right? Like whatever character you want. Maybe it's like up here, right? And then, oh, the character's got like legs coming out. And then back here you can see some of it. That sort of thing.
Yeah. If this was a school, I would listen until the end of class.
Awesome. We do have a school.
We do have a
and
school.
You can listen to the end of class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just throwing that out there.
Yep.
But like a lot of the time is you learn things and then you make them look cool.
Yeah.
It's like you learn a concept, pleats or ruffles. And then you go, well, what if I made this one really big, and then I made one coming off of it, and then I made a small one, and then I had kind of a gap, and then I made another big one. It's like, I think about that. It's like whenever I draw rocks, I think about what would be cool to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that's how I make cool looking rocks, as I go, dang, what would be fun to climb?
That's a really good point, because when I'm drawing
a big rock, and then maybe a little rock that I could jump to, and then there's another rock, but it's just a little bit far where it's scary to jump to it.
Yeah. Like, for instance, actually, that's a really good point. Yeah. Because when I'm thinking about wavy hair, I think if this wavy hair strand was a slide, how interesting would it be to slide down on it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I just had really even curves all throughout everything, might be a little bit boring. But if I had one strand with this kind of curve, and then it kind of curves in like this, and then maybe it gets a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, now this feels more interesting. I would really want to slide on this, and hopefully I don't get hurt.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like
and
breaking
look, same
things
thing,
up.
Same thing with ruffles.
If you go big, kind of boring. If you go big, small, big, small, big, small, a little bit better. Mm-hmm. What if you went big, small, big, medium, small, small, big, small, small? You know what I mean? It's like, and you break it up in terms of like, don't let anybody know your next move.
Yeah.
And then you could go big with a small on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's exactly what I was talking about with this, right? It's like, this is boring. Medium, 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 medium. Oh, look at this. Small, big, medium, small on two smalls on a medium. Here's another big. Here's another one. Well, let's like break this up even more. Small on that one. Small. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, never let them know your next move, but make them feel like they know, because otherwise it's like too chaotic. It's like, make them think that there is a reason, but they haven't quite figured it out yet. Like, there's some sort of pattern here, but I'm not sure what it is. Like, that's a really good way to design.
Yeah. And a lot of drawing is rhythm. Like, when I'm drawing all of this, slow, fast, real, kind of slow. You know, that's kind of the vibe.
Is this a lesson on hair? This is a lesson on design.
Lesson on design,
which
yeah.
includes anything like clothing, hair,
poses,
anything. Like, this is design. It transcends the subject matter. It's simply like a visual thing.
How to make things look interesting is design.
Yeah, it's shape appeal. It It does not care about subject matter. It doesn't care about subject matter.
I mean, this also plays into eyes, right? Like if your eyes always look boring, it may be because you're using too many monotonous lines and thickness, right? You may end up having an eye that looks like this, where everything's the same thickness, and it looks like this, right? Everything looks really boring. But how do we take this up a notch? Well, we can make...
This is so important.
Yeah. Well, we can arch this up a little bit higher and have this curl down a bit. And we can have this go up. Pew!
Maybe add line weight later.
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to make some thickness on the eyelid.
Yeah.
So
you want to do that right now?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or do you want to do it like after to be like, okay, now we designed the lines. Now let's design the thickness.
Sure.
What if we broke it up even more?
Yeah. Okay, sure. We can do that. So here's my upper lid. That already looks really promising. What about the iris? Well, we can also change it to a different shape. Like, what if we, instead of making it like a pure oval like this, what if we kind of made it a little bit angular and maybe made it asymmetrical? Like this.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. You know, and then the bottom lid, instead of it being a straight line, let's kind of play off of this rhythm, and let's do a upper or like a kind of downward curve, and then an upper curve like this. Okay. Same thing. For the eyelid, let's make it a little bit higher.
Hello, Xlay. How's it going? Is it normal to be in a phase where you feel like you are inconsistent in terms of drawing a line? Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's very common. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just continue doing your drawing exercises. It'll get better over time. It's really a thing that comes with time.
Yep.
Talking about being creative with shapes and forms, how to make organic forms being convincing when you draw something with random shapes and forms. It's like kind of random and it's kind of not random. It's like an informed randomness.
Yeah.
Like if I'm drawing a head, I'm going, this is probably the cranium. This is probably like the brow ridge coming out. This is probably the chin right here. Maybe this is the ear pointing out a little bit. Like, it's like this amorphous thing that it's like, well, it might not be the ear. It actually might just be the nose, but it's like an informed randomness. You can wait till I'm done to do that, probably, because that's a pretty important lesson too.
Sure.
Why can't I use your brush on Procreate? I'm not sure. Does your hat always have a propeller on it? This one does.
I
do you
forgot
have tutorials on your page?
Yes,
we
do.
Yeah. I did not add the propeller myself. I just got on like TikTok Shop this hat. All right.
Yep, no problem. I know I kind of went on a little bit on tangent.
I just like catching up on questions or else everybody leaves.
Yeah, that's true. And then eyebrows, instead of a straight line, let's make this like a line right here, and then we'll make it a little bit thicker. And look at that really nice accelerated curve. So we have something that works really, really well and has a lot of potential. So now what we can do is we can add extra thicker lines to make it even more interesting. One of the main tips that I learned was making the eye line thicker, because it just looked more aesthetic. Because we already have some kind of variety in the line work shape, right? We have thin lines and then we have a thick line. This is thicker than the top. Maybe we can add a lash, and that changes the shape. We can even change the shape of the highlight by making it kind of mimicking this shape right here, but maybe making it not like a pure circle, but something like this. And then inside of the eye, here's like a medium shape, small shape. We can have another medium shape for the pupil, and then we can shade. So the more variety that you have in your lines, thick to thin lines, short lines, long lines. Like, look, I'm adding short lines to apply a little bit of detail in here. And maybe an even thinner line to show the inner detail here. Now it looks really interesting. You can also add extra lash lines or lashes on the bottom lid. And we have an immediately much more interesting looking eye than what we had initially, just by changing a few things. It's just interesting to see the contrast, you know? But like that design concept, big, medium, and small, rhythm, this kind of concept also applies with eyes.
Yeah, and you'll notice how it was covered in stages, right? It's like one is the, like where the lines arc and how even they are and their length. Another one is how thick the lines are, and you'll notice that it's always about it varying, right? Like, if I have an arc, this is a really boring arc. It apexes in the middle. The apex is the point where it kind of peaks, right? Boring. Boring. Why? It's symmetrical. This is, like, kind of shape design.
Mm-hmm. This
So
is why
you can
Illumi's
go-
eyes look creepy.
Yeah, that's why Illumi's eyes look creepy. Exactly. It's like they're not designed in a way that's aesthetic and intentionally. So you can break this. It's not like you have to do this. It's just most people are trying not to do it and they don't know why it doesn't turn out. So we could go, what if instead of that we could push it to one side so it apexes somewhere else. It apexes somewhere else. So we've taken it from the middle, right? We've taken it from 50, 50, 50, 50, and maybe now we've brought this to like, I don't know, 70, 30. There's some sort of an unevenness. You know, this could be like an 80-20 or something. The exact number doesn't matter that much. It's like, is there a push? Okay, and now the second thing that we do is we go, okay, this line's kind of boring. What if we added thickness? Right? More interesting line. And now you multiply this by every line, or you multiply this decision-making process by every line. And you go, oh, there's maybe instead of this, it's like, oh yeah, we got this, and then it fades out, and it comes back, and we go like this. And it's not quite symmetrical, right? We could go, how about this? I see this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I notice we might get something like this. And then it's the same thing. Like, maybe we'll break this up as well. And this will all be dark. And this will be light. And then we maybe get something like this. And then maybe you have a big one, and we have a little one. And then maybe we come out here. Right? Maybe we could have a point right there. And I know I'm kind of doing like a similar thing to what Christina did.
I love it.
But sometimes it really helps to see things multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we could go 2 little dots. And then we could go, oh, what if there's a little gradient in here?
Ooh, fancy.
Right?
And now
Like-
there's value change.
There's value change. There's a focal point. Like my highest area of contrast is kind of like this area in here. Because your eye is drawn to contrast. The whole eye is very contrasty overall. Right? We could go, oh, what if we had one, maybe one that was a little bit shorter. Maybe we have one like right there.
Ooh.
Right? There's a lot that we can do with it. And so we've come a long way from an even one line thickness curve. We've pushed it and we've added line weight, and then we've kind of turned it into like an anime-ish eye. It's like that might be one of the reasons that the eyes that you draw aren't as good as you, or aren't as appealing as you might want them to look. It's because it's like, think about every single thing, right? I'm literally thinking about like the distance from here to here to here. Or I'm thinking about 1, 2, 3. Or I'm thinking about this lash is close to the end, but this lash is further away, right? It's like close together, far away. That's like a design principle. Things that are close together and things that are far away. Things that are close together, things that are far away, right? We could even do that with highlights. Let's just go, here's 2 that are close. Here's 1 that's far.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you can even add like a little highlight in the lash line too.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, could do that. I don't know how you usually add it. I don't usually add that. You do.
I sometimes add it.
What you mean like?
Yeah, something like that. Just like showing the like the different sides of the lash. Like some people, yeah, like that.
Like that?
Some people will show like the upper part of the lash or the underside of the lash, and the lighter value doesn't really matter, but showing the form. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that sort of thing. A lot of ways you could finish it. I'm not an expert on anime eyes, but I definitely understand how to apply these concepts. So, like, this is the concept. This is it applied.
Yep.
And it'll really help. Like, that's what I... Oh, my gosh, dude. This is the sort of thing that I discovered drawing 500 and something anime heads so far. Just so many of them. In my 1,000 heads challenge, I study tons and tons and tons and tons of different anime faces. And you'll notice it over time. Like, a lot of these are drawn from imagination. A lot of these are.
How are some of your lines harsher than others? Are you adjusting brush opacity every stroke?
Yeah, like I'm pressing harder or lighter.
Yeah, it's brush sensitivity.
Yeah. Brush pressure sensitivity. I have in Photoshop, it's called transfer. You press F5 and you go to brush. It is transfer, and I have opacity set to pen pressure. So if I press really light, it doesn't come out very dark, and if I press really hard, it comes out very dark. Not all of the brushes have it. Like Christina's brush doesn't have it. She's like manually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So light, hard. I also have size change, so you'll notice it gets bigger as well, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm. This is so good. Do you stream both YouTube and TikTok? Yes.
Oh yeah, you can go watch any of this
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. All of our live streams are up.
Yep.
Is that needed for professional artists? No, not necessarily. There's a lot of professional artists that don't have pen pressure, but I mean, if you have, like,
do you
I
want
would
your
say
artwork to look like that? You know.
you don't need to use a brush with pen pressure, but I would definitely recommend having one if you want to be a professional as well, because it adds so much. It's like adding another dimension to your work. Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed teaching today.
This is really, really important stuff if you want to get better. We teach a lot of this in our school, by the way. If you like the lessons that you're getting, we have a whole school that teaches the fundamentals from complete beginning all the way till you're making finished paintings with characters and stuff. It's a big, giant passion of ours, teaching. We want to help people get better. And so if you're getting serious about art and you want to get better,
And you want to learn the techniques
Yep.
of how to draw things from imagination and knowing things, by heart, and free drawing,
Yeah.
perfect for you.
so if you want to be able to do this kind of stuff, we teach everything. Like, these are lessons that we teach on live stream. They're really good and important. They're not a curriculum. If you want to get really good at art, I would definitely recommend following some sort of linear curriculum that starts at the beginning and goes all the way to the end.
Yep.
Like, anatomy, figure drawing, drawing clothes, drawing form, 3D, rendering, color theory, backgrounds, how to think about composition. That's like what they teach in art school. We teach it. We have a school online. It is completely self-paced. So if you're busy, if you work for a living, totally fine. You can pick it up, start again later. It's lifetime access. And yeah, this is just a bunch of work from the school, by the way. What about the
Yeah.
ones with characters?
Right here.
I like your characters better.
Oh,
But yeah.
I like the backgrounds in there a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just kind of them all lined up together.
Yeah. Oh, this brush on Photoshop, you can get it for free on our site.
Yep.
It's the same link, drawanime.com. The school is going to be the yellow button. You can go check it out there. The brush is going to be the green button, so you can download it there. It's like a Google Drive download. How to attach the neck to the head. That's a really common question, isn't
That's
it?
a very common question.
So you found yourself in a place where you can draw the head, but now it's just floating in the middle of the air. It is a good brush, isn't it, Brayden?
It is. I like the brush.
Ow.
From a front view, and I'll just use this head type for now. I try not to connect it at these points, unless I'm drawing a buff dude. But like, if you're drawing this kind of head type, too thick. It's more like a teenager, right? So I would say, I like to just use little measurements on the from this point to this point. I'll divide into thirds first, and then try to inch my way in. So like, let's say, I'm gonna draw my neck at around this point and attach it. Does this feel too thin? Maybe a little bit. So like, a lot of the time it's like you can kind of test it out a little bit. So here, I'm going to make it slightly thicker. See how that feels. That feels a bit better to me. So like from this point of view, that's how I would attach the head to the neck. Is just using tick marks, starting from the jaw to the chin. But when you're in a 3/4 view, you're actually going to have to rely on something a bit different. You're going to have to know where the neck placement is, which in the side view, you can see that here's the back of the head and it curls into the neck. Here's the chin. You go inward a little bit, then there's the neck. But in a 3/4 view, it's a little bit harder to find out. So like what I would do is, you know, of course it helps to have a reference. So if I were to draw a 3/4 view, I have to keep in mind that here's the back of my head. This curls into the neck, the back of the neck. So I have my little thing here. So here's my 3/4. Here's my side of the head. I start from the back, curl this in a lot. And this is a curve. So it's not a neck going straight. It is a neck that's slightly angled a little bit. Here's my chin. I'm not going to place it here. Looks a bit weird. Swole, yeah. Unless it's like really swollen, you know, you're changing the head position a little bit. But like if it's this view, I have to keep in mind, here's my chin. This goes back a little bit. Not here, maybe just a tiny bit. It's like little rough estimates. And once again, you always check to see if this is the neck that fits your head best. If not, change it up a little bit. Maybe this needs to be even thinner. Who knows? For chibis, it's that way. But for this one, I think this will do. And then so that way you can actually see some nice overlap in the back of the head, how it's connecting from the back of the head, and also how the from the chin to here. That's how I like to do it. It's kind of more on the intuitive side, but I hope that it helps. I've never been able to download it for some reason. The brush, Baba, Spooky?
I don't know. I mean, it's in the Discord server. Are you... That's really weird. Mm-hmm. What are you downloading it onto? What do you use to draw? Because if you're using Clip Studio Paint, there's literally no point. The brush isn't even remotely similar. Mm-hmm. You can import it. It's just not this. It's not similar. What I think of when I'm drawing the head, drawing the neck, is I think there's a patch underneath of the... It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
There's a patch underneath of the chin right here. And then my head kind of wedges in. So it's kind of like... Or my neck kind of wedges in. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I think about.
One. I like that one a lot too.
I'm not like a refined anime artist like Christina is. I'm kind of scraping and clawing my way there, which might be in the situation that some other people are in here.
I feel like your explanations are also a lot more approachable. Like for me, when I'm talking about necks, I'm like, okay, now I gotta think about how I attach it. Do you draw realism? Yes, we both do.
You know, so if I'm drawing like, I don't know, a head like this, I think this is the side. Here's the ear. And I actually draw through when I'm drawing. Like,
that's a good point.
I go, here's the sphere coming around, right? This is the center of the sphere. So if I draw like a little sphere like this, I'm going, this is the middle of it.
Cross section.
Cross section of the middle, right? So we go... like this sort of thing. I kind of screwed it up, but whatever. And I think there's that cross section, because again, I'm always drawing in 3D. Middle, neck, and I know it's like a tilted cylinder, and then I can go...
That's a really good one.
But again, you have to be able to draw in 3D in order to do this. Like everything that I do hinges on form drawing. Like I was trained in industrial design, and so I've had a lot of years of drawing in 3D. I teach perspective. That's like my thing. The better you get at form drawing, the easier these types of things will get, because you can rotate these things in 3D and be like, okay, if you've got like a ball on the end of a cylinder.
We got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Also, earlier in the stream, you guys mentioned a bonus for this week, only when buying the classes.
Yeah.
What's the bonus again?
It is a watercolor. So if you do get the Anime Art School This is good until Saturday. It was going to end at the end of last month, but our live stream got canceled because of internet issues. So this is good through the 10-hour stream on Saturday. If you do get Anime Art School, which is our big online school program, $497 is the price. You get a free watercolor of your character and we'll mail it to you, and that's a bonus. So it's no extra cost. It is for people who get the school up until the end of the 10-hour stream on Saturday.
Yep.
And
These are
if
just
you do
samples.
get the school, just reach out, message in the Discord server, DM us, whatever. Say, hey, I got the school and I want to get the watercolor.
Yep.
And then make sure you ping us, because
Yes.
we don't chase you down.
Yeah, we don't. We don't
won't
know.
chase you down because it's a lot of work, and we don't know what platform to find you on and stuff. So you can even send an email at contact@drawanimeacademy.com and just say, hey, I got the art, or I got the school. I'd love to get a watercolor.
Yep.
We will do that. We'll get it to you. We'll mail it out to you.
Yep.
It's a promotion that we used to run. We haven't run it in quite a while, and now we're running it right now.
Yeah.
So, like what I was saying earlier, thinking in 3D. Like, what is this object from different angles? Like, exercises like this. Super important.
I really like that. Looks like Rubio.
It's Rubio! Wait. Did I just discover the secrets of drawing Rubio? Rubiology?
Rubiology.
Rubiology. Rubiology. Wow.
How to monolids. You just don't add the lid. You just go like this. Just don't add a lid. Or you can show that this lid is actually more like this, because monolids have this kind of lid, but they don't have the crease. So you can just do that if you want. I'm not sure why it doesn't work on my iPad, but I can just use the art school pack. Okay, that's good. Whoa, it's Rubio.
Yeah.
How do you pick colors? That's a pretty hefty topic.
It kind of is.
It depends.
It's a
on lot of
complicated
things.
thing because it's dynamic.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
very
not
dynamic.
a static thing. It's a very dynamic based on what's the lighting, what's the color of the object, what's the color of the light, what are you keyed in, what's your palette that you're using. It's all relative. So you could be working in a limited palette and your colors that you choose would be different, but you would get the same effect. Like, I mean, I think a really good example is James Gurney's, where he's, where he painted the same exact thing in a different color palette. So, like, he's drawing this thing. I think this was like Vegas or something. You can see he's painted the same thing twice. These are different palettes. So this is a blue and green palette with red, and this is a yellow and green palette with red. And you can see your color picking process would be completely different for these two paintings. Like, the color that he used for the sky, you can see. Like this, or I'll say this. The color that he used for yellow on the bottom one is so pale compared to...
That's so pale.
Yeah, it's like so desaturated compared to an actual
Literally
yellow.
gray.
It's gray because he doesn't have yellow. You can see down here on his swatches, yellow does not exist.
The gray acts as a yellow.
Yes, the gray is pretending to be a yellow in this shot because that's the palette. Like that's the comparison, right? It's like you're looking at something and you put tinted glasses over your eye. It changes all the colors that you're looking at, but their relationships stay the same, so you can still perceive them. And so painters work that way because that's what you have to do. It's just it's just how it works.
Sometimes what I'll notice is if I start off with a background color, like blue, for example, that's a bad brush to use. Oh, now I gotta color the rest of this. A lot of time I'll be like, okay, I know that this character is gonna be fair, but if I use the original skin tone for this character, it's going to feel a little bit like mismatched. I'm gonna be like, this is really warm compared to what I normally do, like what's going on. It's because the color on the background will affect what you put into other things, right? So like if I were to draw blonde, like put blonde in, if I just used a pure yellow like this, feels a bit too much. So I might need to gray it out a little bit to make it feel like it blends in a little bit more.
Why so pale?
Like here is also blonde, but it feels more muted and it feels more cohesive with the color in the background because I have dulled it down, but it still feels like blonde, right? Like maybe for a bluer background, the skin tone might need to be a little bit cooler for it to feel like that tan color, or that kind of like slightly tan color for Tira's skin tone. Those are some adjustments that you might need to make. Yeah, that's Tira. And right now, I feel like this still feels a bit too warm. So if I need to desaturate this even further, I might need to add a bit of gray. But you can still tell context-wise that this is supposed to be her skin tone. Even though it's not like the pure, I don't know, the original color of her hair or skin. I've drawn Tira a few times in like a lighter background. Like this, for example. Like this is what Tira's colors generally look like in a whiter or neutral background. You can see that the yellow is very bright. The skin tone is quite saturated. It's quite warm. But in this situation, right in here, I had to change things. I had to make things duller. I had to adjust. And like same thing with this white. I'm not going to be using a very, very bright white for this ribbon. I have to dull it down again. Maybe add a bit of darker blue. Still act as white, but just not the original white. I would say if you want to really get better at a color and how it all works, do still lifes. Set up a still life in your own home. This can be with, you know, vase or flowers or whatever you have in your home, and put a light on it. Put a warm or a cool light, and you'll see how the warm or the cool light affects colors in the actual still life. That really helps a lot. I used to do a lot of... We went to an oil painting class, which is actually really helpful. We went to oil painting class, and we did a lot of still lifes. We did a lot of live model painting, and they used different lighting scenarios, and we got to see how the colors are changing in real time. So yeah, I also really recommend when you're painting from life, find the color that's closest. So like for me here, if I need to like not color pick this color, but I need to find what it is, I have to look at this and be like, what is this closest to? Her skin tone is closest to an orange of some sort, and it's desaturated, and it's kind of light in color. So I'm going to make my first best guess. So I'm going to guess that it's probably more on the warmer side. There we go. More on the warmer side, but it's not gray. It's a little bit more saturated. So I'm going to make my first best guess. So that's my guess. It's kind of close. So this was my first guess. It needs to be a little bit lighter.
They can hardly see that on stream, by the way.
Well,
Because we're using an overhead camera, the exposure and the colors show up horrible on the iPad. So she usually just teaches line work and drawing.
yeah, that's true. That's what I do.
So really subtle colors don't come through well at all.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really look that similar.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what I think about. Is like if I need to pick out a color on this palette without color picking, I just try to guess the first closest color and then move from there.
Oh, yeah.
Love the pancake art from last stream. How awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We were so full from pancakes.
I never want to eat a pancake again.
How do you shade? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Shading is a very big like topic. It covers multiple kinds of things that you would need to know and learn. Because it's not just like, oh, pick a color, then this color, and then you magically get a nicely shaded image. It's like there's a lot of concepts behind it.
Definitely a lot. I need practice where lighting and shading goes. That would be rendering.
Yeah.
I teach that in my class. It's a really in-depth topic. It takes a long time to learn, and it's kind of technical. But long story short, light travels in a straight line, and it hits an object. One side of the object will be in light. One side of the object will be in dark. You may not see the light side or the dark side depending on where your camera is positioned, i.e., when there's no moon out or when it's a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a full moon out, you can't see the dark side.
Yeah.
When there's no moon, you can't see the light side.
Mm-hmm.
That happens with everything. When you see a little bit of the object, that's when the moon looks like a fingernail clipping.
Yeah.
But light travels in a straight line. And that's the basics, right? You separate your light and your dark, and then you determine what's a core shadow and what's a cast shadow. You figure out like your soft shadows and your hard shadows. And that's dependent on a number of different factors. So how fast the form is turning away from the light, how soft the light is, whether an object is casting a shadow, that sort of thing. But that is actually, I have a whole class on that in anime art school.
Yeah. These are just some examples of how he would teach the demos and how to calculate where those shadows go.
Yep, you can calculate shadows. Like those are all paintings that I do live in the school teaching, just like you'd learn in a college.
Yep. And then you go into gradually more difficult things.
Yup.
Yeah.
All that's just rendered and drawn with a basic round brush.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm taking art class. Yay!
Awesome.
It's awesome. That's what we're here for. It's an online art class or like social, I don't know. Free art class.
Yeah. And yeah, so this I do. Here's my point light. It's casting shadows off of everything. This is like week 5 or 6. I don't remember exactly, but we literally start with the very basics. I'm talking a box, a sphere, a cylinder, a cone. And then in the weeks after that, like I think this is week 2 or 3. This is a cone on a cylinder, or boxes and forms on top of others, and they're casting cast shadows and all that sort of thing. So we end up getting this sort of thing here. Like these are our calculations, and we learn the basics of that. You get a feel for them, and then we end up going into stuff like this. And then after this, we start going into composition. Composition is really important. Where the heck is my composition stuff? We go into color and choosing high key, mid key, or low key. And we start choosing color palettes, and we decide on our light direction, and we learn materials, rendering, all that kind of thing, and we end up with like this kind of stuff. How to think about how to paint this. Like I painted this live in the class. In real time, I go through every single decision-making process to paint all these different materials, stone, because it's important. We want our materials to look believable. Boba cup. I literally break down how I would do this kind of stuff. Space heater. I just chose like a random object in the room, and I'm just like, let's make a sphere out of it. Let's break down the materials. And then we go into doing like environmental stuff, like this kind of thing. Now that we have the basics of lighting and color and high key, mid key, low key, and composition, we go into making like paintings, like actual finished paintings like this. And we go into making paintings like this. Paint this whole thing, explain everything. It's a process. Like art is very process driven. You can learn this stuff. It's 100% learnable. And that's why we teach it. But it takes a long time to go through everything methodically. That's one of the big weaknesses of live streams or YouTube or tutorials, is it doesn't bring you through a methodical, long-form process that teaches you every step of the way. And that's why we built our school.
Yep.
I went through this in school multiple times, and then I did it professionally for years. Like, that's what I did for a living. I did background art for video games. I did props. A lot of different stuff. And now we teach it.
Yeah. We teach it, and we're very passionate about it.
I'm very passionate about it. I would feel bad if I taught art in a way
That was kind of gimmicky.
yeah, that was gimmicky, or if we made promises like, oh my gosh, you can get amazing overnight. Like, no, it takes a while. You can absolutely get amazing. It takes a while. Like, you have to practice it. There's a process. You learn the process. You understand the concepts. It's like learning a language. Like,
You can't learn how to speak in Chinese in a few months. Like,
Yeah.
you got to actively practice it. Or even in a few days. I feel like some people have high expectations for that.
how do you use 3D when drawing backgrounds? I haven't used 3D for any backgrounds in a really long time. But it would just go directly with what I've been talking about, except the 3D might just solve the perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The 3D might solve perspective and lighting and shadows and colors. Like, I mean, it depends. Like, some people are 3D artists and 3D does everything. They don't even draw on top of it. Other people just use it for perspective. Other people just use it for light and shadow. Like, they might have an image like this that's in 3D. Like, this is painted, but imagine this was 3D. You could do this in Blender. And it would solve all of this so you don't have to do it by hand.
Mm-hmm. By
So
Katsua.
any number of ways that you could use 3D. People use it a lot, a little, none. They only use it like any amount, but I mean it would directly go on top of what we've been talking about.
Foundation. Like, you wouldn't use 3D to
See, yeah,
because you
that's
can't you don't understand perspective. It's like, yes, it can help with perspective, but if you don't know perspective at all, like, and you go into 3D, it's like, what are you going to look for?
Yeah, it's just, it ends up being, it, like, if you don't learn something and you use something else to make up for it, just make sure that you're not limiting yourself or restricting yourself in any
way.
in any important way that you don't want to be.
Yeah.
It's like, are you using it because you're avoiding something, or are you using it to speed up your process?
Yeah.
Like, and there's some things where you will probably always have certain tools. Like, if you work professionally as an artist and you work digitally, you're probably never going to have to draw it on a piece of paper. Like, I've never had to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we live in a day and age where because like I came from a school where the teacher came from before computers were even a thing for art, right? And he was just like, we need to teach you guys how to draw, so even if your computer fails, you can still work.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think there's definitely merit to that, but you're probably gonna get your computer fixed or whatever. So it's like
resources for that is much better.
Yeah, it's like there's certain tools that you'll pretty much always have available. So if you set yourself up to where you always have 3D available, then use 3D like to your heart's content. Like, I think it's great. Like, my brother's a 3D concept artist. He does almost all of his work in 3D. Never has a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
He always has his PC. He has a powerful laptop that he can take with him wherever he goes. And it's also his backup PC, and then he has his desktop computer, and he's worked professionally for years with it.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to build a house, there's certain tools you're always going to have. Like, you're always going to have a hammer. You're always going to have a tape measure. You're always, like, you wouldn't build a house with your fists. Like, you just wouldn't. You wouldn't punch a tree unless you're in Minecraft. So it's like, with artists, I'm not necessarily like, oh, we gotta learn, we gotta be able to hike the mountain barefoot with no clothes on in order to call ourselves artists. Like, I don't.
True.
I'm all about having fun with drawing and making art, and whatever way you want to get there. Like, I'm about like, what's the way that's gonna give me the most flexibility, and I want to learn how to draw and paint.
Yeah.
And I also think that there are things that you can do in 3D that would never make sense to draw ever.
Yeah.
Like, all this organic architecture and stuff everywhere.
you
Like,
have to.
architects wouldn't draw that.
No, they wouldn't have to map it and calculate it from the ground up. Like, that's just too.
Like, the computer does that, and they'll always have the computers available. Like, you want to be like, so figure out what works for you.
Mm-hmm. How are you line so confident? Just from a lot of experience. That's from a lot of experience.
And if you just want to be able to have this just raw drawing ability where you can bust out a sketchbook and draw something amazing, I think that's awesome. Like Kim Jong-gi, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like, look at James Gurney. He doesn't use any digital art at all. He builds maquettes. He like lights them with a light bulb and uses those as reference. He like takes pictures of himself in a cape in order to get reference. Like, I think that's super respectable and awesome. And then there's people there's people who use tons of 3D and software assisted tools and stuff, and that's totally fine as well. It's like anything, like whatever you want to do is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
How to start if I have no talent in drawing? You don't need talent. It's a skill that can be trained. I would just say start, have fun, focus on having fun and enjoying it, and explore, enjoy discovering, and be open-minded and try new things.
Just put yourself out there. Don't worry too much.
Do we even need anatomy? Not if you want to draw cars for a living.
Or if you want to just only do backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your goals. How do you shade skin and hair? I think she talked about that a little bit earlier.
I did a little bit earlier.
You can go check out our stream on YouTube. Christina talked a bit about shading skin. We're live on YouTube as well right now. Hey, and if you want to start and you don't know where to start, you can just hang out here on stream with us. We stream all the time. We'll be streaming every day this week, and we'll be doing a big, long 10-hour live stream on Saturday this weekend. We'll be live the whole day, U.S. time. So we'll be live at 11 a.m. Pacific, and we'll be going until 9 p.m. Pacific on both YouTube and TikTok. Is it better to start with a full basic drawing without any details, clothes, hair, etc.? Because when I watch you draw, you're generally doing all of it at once. It's because she has a lot of experience. She's done all of the things on their own separately a lot.
I have. I've done a lot of just pure focus studies, like, you know, doing, where is it? I've done a lot of just this, starting from start to finish, where it's like, oh, I'm doing the mannequin, then I'm doing the simple forms, like this is the simple version, then I'm adding folds. It's just once you have like a better grasp of it, you can start thinking in multiple ways. Oh yeah, here, like here's like shorts. Like these are like isolated studies that I had to do like with a process.
It's so good. I want to be like you guys. Hey, we do have a school.
We do
if
have
you're
a school.
interested. We stream all the time for free. We have a school online that teaches all the basics. You can check it out on our site, drawanime.com. It'll be the yellow button. Any Roblox again today? I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Probably not. But I don't know. Does drawing make you smarter? I have no idea.
I don't know, bro. It may make you feel smarter. I mean, if you learn how to draw and you learn how things work and you explain it to someone, they'll be like, wow, how did you know all that? You know, they will be like that. But they can learn it too. We've actually been called like, oh my gosh, how are you guys so smart? But it's just because we had to do it a bunch.
Do you have any advice on... please don't spam the same question over and over, by the way. I'll mute you. Do you have any advice on drawing perspective besides shapes? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean by shapes?
Genuine question, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, Snowy. Love the pancake art from last stream. It was pretty fun. What'd you ask? I was just asking Yuri what they meant by their question. Advice on drawing perspective besides shapes.
Everything
Shapes-
is perspective.
Shapes are 2D. Perspective is in 3D.
Yeah.
So like a square is 2D. Doesn't have anything to do with that. Shapes? It's all shapes? No? Well, the only thing you can use when you're drawing is shapes, but it still doesn't really give any additional information. Like, I mean, you're creating the illusion of 3D through shapes. You only have 2D shapes to work with when you're drawing, right? Unless you're sculpting in 3D. But even then, when you look at a statue, your brain is still looking at it two-dimensionally. It, like, takes it in through shapes. But, you know, if you have a square, if you have a circle, if you have a triangle, like these are 2D, right? They're not 3-dimensional. They have no depth. It's only when you start right? Doing something like this. Or this. Or
Yeah,
this
that's
one
what I
could be
mean.
a cone. So yeah, I mean, this is basics of perspective, I would say. Like, you learn 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective. Horizon line, vanishing point. We have lessons on that. I don't think we're going to cover that all today because it's kind of an in-depth lesson, but you can go check our YouTube channel. You can go check a video on our TikTok.
Yeah, we have the perspective video on TikTok. I would say a lot of drawing and a lot of anything like subject matter is based off of those forms. So box, sphere, cone, whatever.
Where are this-
You're just building it based off of those forms. Like when you're drawing bodies, you can use boxes to start off as a base, or cylinders for the arms and legs, and then, that's also perspective.
This video here.
I love that one.
Understand perspective. Like, this is a short video, and it
Talks about
it goes over the basics of perspective a bit,
Yeah.
but you really need to practice it.
How do you draw 3D shapes?
You add sides to stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a box is the easiest.
when
honestly.
something like, if you have a line, right? If this gets further away, it gets smaller. Like, this is the basics of perspective. If this line, A and A, are the same, except this one is further away, it gets smaller. That's literally the basics of perspective. It keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see it anymore. And it vanishes. And it goes, if it's going away from you in a straight line, right? Eventually, it's going to vanish. And that's called a vanishing point. We'll call it VP for short. Vanishing point. If we have a sheet of paper, right, which is like a square or something, and we're looking at it at an angle, well, one side is further, right? So it'll look like this. It'll go back to a vanishing point. Piece of papers aren't infinitely long, so we'll just chop them. And that's drawing something in perspective. Part of it is getting smaller. And then if we line up another piece of paper that's going away from us,
We have drawn a side.
there's a box. Right? It's getting smaller because it's getting further away. That's the basics of perspective. But say, for example, you want to draw a cylinder. Well, in the side, it looks like this. From the top, it looks like this. And when you look at it at an angle, your circle top gets squished. You can see the sides
How much does your school cost?
like this.
$497.
Yep. And it's basically a whole college.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you about a year to get through.
And you have it forever.
It is lifetime access, yes. So there you go, right? Side, top, and here's like a 3/4 view, right? And so you see multiple sides of things, right? If I have a pyramid, well, the side of the pyramid looks like this, and the other side of the pyramid looks like this, and the top of the pyramid looks like this, and the bottom of the pyramid looks like this. Here's the bottom in perspective. Here's the middle. Pulls up. And then these. Boop. 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 Just like that. And then if you put it on top of a box. Maybe here's like a little house thing. Like that. So I recommend you try this. Comes through a lot of trial and error. But I would honestly recommend you just start with 1 point perspective. You draw a horizontal line, you draw a dot, and you can just draw whatever. You can draw a bunch of lines out of this if you want. This represents a vanishing point. This is just a space, a place that we arbitrarily choose. I'm not looking at chat, by the way. This is a space that we arbitrarily choose, or a point where it's just like, this is where something disappears. It's getting too far away, right?
Yep.
So we'll
Yes, it
drag
is
a
one-time
couple-
payment.
Yes, it is one-time payment. Right? Here's that piece of paper that's forever long. Here's the front of the piece of paper. Here's the back of the piece of paper. There you go. There's a piece of paper in perspective. Then because we'll make this 1 point perspective, so all of these will be perfectly horizontal, and all of these lines will be perfectly vertical. And because we use draw through, we can see the back of the box as if it were clear or see-through. And then we go boom, boom, and then we'll just, connect this as well. There's a box in 1 point perspective. We can do it again, except maybe we'll look at the bottom. Here's the bottom of a box. That's the back side. This is the front side. So here's that sheet of paper, except we're looking up at it from below. Front of it, just a rectangle. Back of it, who knows where it ends? Well, we'll just connect this to our vanishing point, and this to our vanishing point, and we'll just go across. There's our second box. Like, that's the basics of drawing boxes in perspective. So one side is going away from us, right? I guess it's kind of see-through, isn't it? One side is going away from us. Look, there's our box.
Colton is using Photoshop.
Right? If I move this around, 1 point perspective. That's like literally what I just drew, right? And these are horizontal and vertical because they're not getting further away from us enough that they're really converging, that they're getting further away, right? It's this. See? You can see the side, which is where my thumb is, and you can see the front of it. Now, if I rotated this a bit, now we're going to have to switch to a different perspective because now this side and this side, they're getting further enough away from us that they start to get smaller. So remember what I said about a vanishing point happens when something gets further from you because it starts to get smaller, right? What happens when I take this Rubik's Cube and I pull it away from the camera? It gets smaller.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It gets bigger. It gets smaller. It gets bigger.
I like that the green screen
It gets smaller. All right? So when we start to rotate this box and we twist it, now the blue side and the orange side are both getting further away. So what do? We introduce a new vanishing point, and this is the concept of 2 point perspective. Here's a vanishing point. Here's a vanishing point. Boop. Boop. There's the edge. Where's that side there? Look. That edge. Right here. That's this line. Right? And now we go zoop. Zoop. What are these dots? Like, what is this dot? This is the point at, if this were a box that went on forever, this is the point where it would disappear because it's too far away. It gets too small, right? Team Rocket blasting off. Mm-hmm. They disappear into a little ding. Oh no.
We're blasting off again.
Yes, exactly. We've been watching Pokemon lately. And then the right side, this is the point where it gets so far. Except boxes aren't that long. They're only this long in this case. Here's our box.
Thank you, Lou, for helping with answering questions. Yeah.
That's 2 point perspective. That's the basics of it, right? Except with 2 point perspective, like, let's just do this, right? I'll just draw the bottom of this box. Remember, like, these are going back to a vanishing point. These are going back to a vanishing point. I'm just not drawing it all. If we wanted to draw a pyramid, well, we wouldn't draw the box up like this, right? I mean, you could. We could draw this. We could just draw an X. If you draw an X through any rectangle, it will find the middle of it.
We got a question. I have a question. How did they learn this? Do they go to a school or learn it over time?
You can learn this in books. You can learn this in school. You can learn this from videos and tutorials. You can learn it right now from me if you're watching.
We also have a school that talks about this as well.
Yep.
Check it out here.
We have a school. I have a 14-week long class on perspective, and it goes through
A lot.
a lot. I'm talking like a lot. Like all of this stuff, drawing, like intuitively drawing, doing landscapes, doing chunks of stuff, drawing,
Lizard.
drawing that lizard, how to break down things, how to rotate, drawing intuitively.
And these are all basically done in real time as well.
Yeah,
Because it's hard to do.
rotating objects in proportion.
And yeah, we do proportions as well in the anatomy class.
Yeah, but oops. Anyways, I'll
And
go back to this real
Is the
quick.
school paid to join or?
Yeah, it is a paid program. It's lifetime access. You can go through it as many times as you want. It's a 1-year long program. So
I'll
the
just show
14-week
the-
perspective class, that's one of the classes that you get. There's a bunch of classes.
You can find it here.
Yeah, you can go check it out on our site. There's a bunch of information on it. It'll be the yellow button on drawanime.com. That's drawanime.com. Put that in your browser. You can click the linky on our profile and you'll get there.
Yep. Yes, it is a paid program.
Okay, so we find the middle, and then we take this point and we just go boop, 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 boop. There's a pyramid. Right? So you can start building different things out of these same skills. Same skills, different things.
Janae, I actually have a proportion for the side of the face. It's on our TikTok page. You can check that out. If you have time, can you do cylinders? I always feel like one of the ellipses is off.
Yeah, cylinders are kind of difficult because this horizon line, like this is directly in front of you. Anything above it is above you. You're looking up at it. Look, you can see the bottom of it.
Yep, down there.
Now look, you can see the top of it. So a cylinder has two circles in perspective, right? If you look at a circle from the front, it kind of looks like this. If you start looking at a circle at an angle, it squishes, right? So it starts to squish, and what you start to see is something like this. It's called an ellipse. Like that. Come on, there you go. Right? It's like front. And if it squishes all the way, it turns into a straight line, right? Like, let's just go here, and let's pull this up, and let's keep going with it until it's like... And now we got the side of it.
Janae, do you mean like side proportion for the body? I guess the question kind of confused me a little bit. I don't know if we're going to go over that today. We're covering perspective right now.
They said for a side face.
Like body for side proportion for face. So it's kind of like contradictory a little bit.
When you guys are finished with perspective, can you do proportions by chance for a side face?
Yes, and then I said I do have a TikTok for the side face.
Oh, okay.
But then afterwards they were like, oh, no, body for side proportion for face. And I'm like, huh? I guess I just didn't understand the question very much.
Fine.
It's all good.
Right? So when you're starting to look at it in an angle, you get an ellipse. And so there's two issues that people generally have. One of them, it ends up looking like a hot dog. And one of them, it ends up looking like a football. Hello?
Hello? Uh-oh.
Is our internet
Okay,
off? Oh, there it
we're
goes.
back.
It doesn't go like this either. I'm like really exaggerating. Right? So we don't want this and we don't want this. We want like that. You can practice by kind of bringing your arm in a circle. I can't show it on stream that much, but you kind of go, you hover, and then you press down. And an ellipse should be symmetrical. So if you split it in half, it'll be even on both sides. Right? So the idea is that if we take this and we flip it over, it should line up. Right? That's the idea of an ellipse. And they're calculated in degrees. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I talk all about this in my class in the school. But essentially, you can practice drawing ellipses and then connecting them with lines like this. You can also practice drawing boxes like squares in perspective. And then you can find the middle and come up and come over. And you can practice drawing ellipses inside of them like this. This is a really good exercise to do. And you could draw, I don't know, another side of the box like this. Split it in half. And the idea is that you want this to feel like a squished circle. Like you want it to feel like, oh, that's a circle. It's just in perspective. You know when you like look at a car tire?
Oh yeah.
It's like it doesn't look like an oval. It looks like you're like, I know that's a cylinder. I know that's an ellipse. And it takes a lot of practice. Ellipses are difficult. And I'm not going to go into complete depth on them today. Like there's a lot to them, but right? So we can split these in half. Like this. You can do it with an X. Like, you know, you do it with an X like this. Come on. Does not want to work.
Yeah.
Like this, right? Or like this. I'm okay at guessing the center. Okay. Right, like that sort of thing. And then it goes parallel here, parallel here, parallel here, parallel here. And it'll really come out like this. And it'll really come down like this.
Is it better to draw with references or is it better to draw without references?
I mean, certainly better to draw with. If you've never drawn something before, how would you know what it looks like? Mm-hmm. Right? And then
drawing without references feels more like a flashy trick.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely people who can draw without reference, and that is showing their skill and their memory. Like Kim Jong-gi can draw without reference just because he's drawn from reference a million times.
Yep.
And he's learned to memorize, you know.
So this will come to here. So if you divide this box and then this box, it'll I don't remember. It's like 2/3 or something. I don't remember the exact measurement, but I like to go.
Does it feel like a circle in the end, you know?
Like this, yes.
Ooh.
And now there's another point that I need to talk about. I forgot to talk about it. It's the major and the minor axis, all right? So one of the most important things with ellipses is the minor axis will point towards your vanishing point. So, like on this grid, for example, if I draw like, I don't know, a box up here. So let's just go, there's a box, and then there's a box over here. So, like this, and it goes back towards that vanishing point. In ellipse, the minor axis is this. The major axis is this. So the fat side is the major axis, and the skinny side is the minor axis. So minor axis. This is the important one. This will point at your vanishing point. So, for example, if I put an ellipse here, the squished part will point back towards this vanishing point down here. That's like really, really, really important when it comes to cylinders. So if I put a cylinder here, the minor axis will point. So in order to draw ellipses, try to line your arm up with the minor axis and draw around it like this. So if I'm drawing an ellipse, if I want this to be my minor axis, I'm going to line my arm up with that minor axis, and then I'm going to draw around it like this. All right? Your arm is going to kind of naturally want to follow that. And then this goes back to your vanishing point, right? So there's your cylinder. This is really important. Like, this is going to help you draw ellipses a lot. Ghost it, so you hover it, hovering, and then put it down with one confident line.
Colin has been teaching for a very long time.
Yeah.
What's a minor axis? I'm not an English speaker.
It's literally this. It is the skinny side of an ellipse.
Maybe you want to color code the line? Which one it is?
This.
Yep.
This is the minor axis. It is the lesser axis. I don't know exactly. I don't know the definition, exact terminology, which means you don't either.
Yeah.
So just know that the squished side of an ellipse, a line that divides it in half.
Vertically.
Yep. This squished side divides it in half. This points at your vanishing point. So your vanishing point is down there. So for example, if I draw a box, right? And this is a car, and I want a tire. This tire, the minor axis of it is going to be here. And so it's going to be like this. See that? And if there's another car tire back here, it's going to point towards the vanishing point. So it's going to split the ellipse in half. See how those feel like tires now on there? Especially if you do like this. That's like one of the big things to drawing cylinders and ellipses is the minor axis points at your vanishing point. Right?
Yeah, it's hard to understand this unless you do a lot of like assignments that practice this, and that's why, you know, we learned a lot of this in class, and homework was the way to practice it.
A lot.
Yeah. OMG, thank you for taking your time to explain. Of course.
Right? So this, again, I've got my box. I'll roughly try to guess a square in perspective. I'll find my minor axis, which is this. And then I'll go, here's half, here's half, here's half, here's half. And I'm going to draw that ellipse being divided in half by this minor axis in there. Same thing back here, right? Guessing a square in perspective. Half, 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 half. Center. Minor axis. Line my arm up with the minor axis. Just like that.
Do you talk about this at the school?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have like a whole lesson on this kind of thing.
How do you know if you're a beginner, intermediate, or a professional artist?
I wouldn't worry about it. I would just draw because you like it. Or you could ask a professional. You could hire them and say, hey, can I pay you for half an hour of your time? Can you critique my portfolio? Give your complete honest thoughts of it. That's what I would do. I would go find someone who's working professionally. I would ask for their honest feedback. Say, hey, do you think I'm ready to get hired? What level do you think I'm at? What do you think I need what do you think I struggle with? But to me, like, I don't really think it matters that much, at least not for me. Because, like, I'm going to do the same thing regardless, right? Like, if my goal is to become a professional, regardless of where I am on that line, I'm going to do the same thing, which is practice, right?
I mean, we are professionals, but thing is, it depends on your artwork. Like, if you're like, people are in different levels and also different levels of beginner, intermediate, professional. Some people don't even realize that they're close to professional, but they're pretty much amateur or intermediate. So it just depends. Like, I don't know what your work looks like.
Yeah, we don't really do reviews like that on stream either. Because, like, first off, I don't want to make people feel bad.
Yeah.
And secondly, our goal here is to teach. Like, we want to teach. If you want to critique or something, you can reach out and DM. We can set up a call with you and stuff. We do paid critiques. But we pretty much stay away from those kind of topics because they're, I don't know. I don't want to inject a bunch of like personal opinions into stuff, and then everybody becomes obsessed with it, and everybody's like, can you rate my art? Can you rate my art? And the whole chat fills up with, oh my gosh, rate my art. And then people get really mad because they think they're way better than they are, or it's not a topic I want to get into on stream very often at all. It becomes like this whole thing.
It's more like you get there when you get there, I guess. You'll know. You'll know.
And, like, I want to encourage everybody. Like, I don't care what level you're at. Like, I've taught people who have never even hardly picked up a pencil in their entire life, and they're working professionals now.
Yep.
It's just, it's more about the trajectory than it is where you are exactly. But anyways, I hope that helps with ellipses. That's crash course on ellipses. And also, I guess some exercises to wrap it up. Draw cylinders. All right. And then you go and you draw another cylinder that's the same thickness, but change the ellipse. All right. So you can see this one right here. We'll draw another cylinder like this. Here's the minor axis. Minor axis runs along the cylinder. Okay. Changing the ellipse. So this ellipse right here, look.
Wow, very different.
It's much more squished than this one. It helps us practice different ellipses. And then what we'll do is we'll just connect these like a little straw.
Bendy straw. Or a pipe.
Yep. And then we'll go, oh, let's go and make a really thin cylinder. And we'll bring this down. Really thin cylinder. Again, minor axis is going along the tube.
Ooh.
And then here's what we do. We draw this one, and then we draw every one in between as it flips around, all right? So I'll start with this one here. So what we're going to get is we're going to get an ellipse like this. It's going to be like a coin flip, all right? So if you're looking into this one and down at this one, there's going to be a coin flip. Which what I mean by that is we go... Oh, now we're looking down at it. Now we're looking down at it more.
You can see that ellipse is becoming more and more like
So,
a circle.
Yep. So somewhere in here, there's a flat one. There's a
Yeah.
straight one where we're looking at the side of the coin. Don't draw this one. It flattens. It'll flatten your drawing. But you draw every other one. So we go...
It's like you skip it.
Yep, you skip it. So you can start by drawing maybe like the one that's kind of by the middle. And then we draw, say, this one. And oh, it flipped.
That's how it is with hair too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Now we're getting all these different ellipse practice. We got... You could even do this. Like, draw around the outside. Around the outside.
On the outside. What is that even from anyways?
I have no idea.
It's like it just feels like you just gotta say it like 2 times. The cylinders help with anatomy. I see people use it for human anatomy.
No, they don't help with like learning anatomy, but they help to break down the body into simple forms.
Yep.
I guess it depends on what you mean by anatomy.
They can definitely help with drawing limbs, or just drawing like the whole body. Like it's just a placeholder form to help you with some perspective or
I'm gonna shrink this
perspective.
one just a little bit. All right.
It looks like a straw. Yes.
It is a bendy straw
bendy straw
assignment.
Mhm.
I did not make up this assignment. I learned it from an artist named Wouter Tulp, or Wouter Tulp. He's a Dutch artist. WOUTER
And we teach it in our school
TULP.
too.
It's a great assignment.
So
I
good.
really, really recommend you practice this. And vary your ellipses. This will help a lot, because what ends up happening is people will draw one ellipse, and every single arm and leg and tube that they draw will be this ellipse, and they won't make it wider, and they won't make it narrower. And a lot of people don't realize that they do this. So if you only use one, and every cylinder you ever draw is only this is the same exact cylinder, be careful of that. I would honestly say most people do this before they realize they do it.
Yep.
So try to realize that. Right, so somewhere in here we're gonna get a flip. And it's like, well, this one actually won't flip. So you're looking into this one from this way, and you're looking into this one from this way. This one won't flip. So it's going, and it's just getting wider. If you're looking up into one and down into the next one, you'll get a flip, the coin flip. But if you're looking up into one and you're looking the same, well, that one will flip too. How did I do that? What the heck? Oh, yeah. If this is like going away from you. Is that right?
Hey,
No, if it's like coming with crap. Now I'm all confused.
what are you doing?
There's the coin flip. You'll get like the one like that. And if you do this one, that one will flip too.
It'll flip.
How do I make it not flip? Now I'm confused. Whatever. This one didn't flip, right? You're looking down at it and you're looking down at it. So let's just say, you're looking down at it and you're looking down at it. This one's not flipping, right? Like you're looking at the top and you're looking at the top if this was like a coin. So I would just say...
yeah. It's just like you just moved it.
So if you're looking at the bottom and then you're looking at the top, it'll flip.
Yeah, okay.
But if you're looking at the bottom or the top and it stays the bottom or the top, you're not going to get a flip.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, top, and then whatever, top, no flip. Bottom, top, flip. Okay, there we go. I know I was missing something.
Yeah, sometimes art can confuse us as well. Like,
yeah, it is confusing.
It can be confusing. It's like mental gymnastics.
And the important thing is that like you just kind of make an effort to figure it out, because if you stay confused, like you haven't really learned anything, it's easy to get confused. There you go. So there's no flip. We're looking at the top of it. We're looking at the top of it. This one, bottom to top, flip. This one, top to bottom, flip. This one, top. And then if I wanted to flip it like this. It's kind of a cool one. It's kind of cool.
Ooh.
So I can like
Artwalker.
feel that. I can like feel that, right? And then like around this area, it'll kind of flip. It's kind of like a, it is like a bendy straw or like a ventilation duct.
Mm-hmm.
There's box versions of this as well. And we cover those. Hey, Art Walker, how you doing?
What's the hardest thing you've drawn? I don't know. Hardest thing I've drawn is stuff that isn't human. So yeah. Can you do this in perspective? Yeah.
This is perspective.
This is perspective. Perspective is just drawing anything in space.
Yeah, perspective is just 3D space. Anything in 3D space is in perspective. See, you can come out and do this. Pull it out. Not that I'm going to like cover this today. This is a really, really good assignment though.
All good? Awesome. It's always nice to see you hop in the stream, Art Walker.
Yeah.
You guys still have... Oh, yeah. We kind of streamed a bit... started streaming a bit late today. But this is... I mean, we've been streaming for like, what, 3 hours now?
3 hours and 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it's like kind of the usual time.
Pretty good. And again, I'm always... Whenever I'm practicing perspective, I'm using draw through. Because I want to check the back sides. It's a way to self-check your work. You know, maybe we come out like this. Here's our little pizza slice. Cheese slice.
Cheese.
And it's a good way to like intuitively learn how to draw boxes. Yeah. I call these bendy boxes. But again, I didn't invent these. It's just a perspective exercise. There's a lot of people who teach this. I did learn it from Wouter Tulp as well. Amazing character artist, by the way. Very, very good character artist.
And it's also okay to have your drawings bad at first, like especially when you're like working on illustration. Like there's people who draw horribly but then they fix it later on, you know. So don't worry about that too much.
But it looks like a body. Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, it does.
Those 3D objects. I mean, it's very important, right? It's like learning sentence structure and grammar and how to spell words. Like, if a body is a paragraph or a chapter, this stuff is your sentences and words and grammar.
Mm-hmm. I drew Idol, Miki, and Tira.
I think if you understand it a few times, you can do it without even trying hard. I would say if by a few you mean like a couple thousand, then yes.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely learnable.
I wouldn't say the fastest way to study is by drawing bendy straws. It's one of the exercises that you can do to get better at cylinders.
Yeah, there's many good exercises.
Kinds. Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of great exercises out there.
Mm-hmm.
When rendering, is it better to shade in black and white first before using colors? Not necessarily. You can shade straight in color. Just think about the value.
Mm-hmm. It's already 9:52, bruh. Crazy.
Yeah, you want to wrap up soon?
Yeah, we can wrap up soon.
Are we guys? We're married.
Y'all.
Well, that was good.
It was good.
Nice
I enjoyed
exercise.
it.
The cool part about live streams is every time we teach something, we get practice.
Yeah.
So I'm happy because I'm getting practice. I didn't do any of my 1,000 heads challenge.
But you did good perspective.
Arnar.
Artist marriage is so cute. Ah, thanks. They can either become rivals or they become supportive of each other no matter what. I remember there was a time where they were like, there was like an artist couple and they were like, gotta get better than the other one. Sometimes it can turn into friendly rivalry, you know?
I'll put this in live demo.
Yeah. Do you have live streams saved on other platforms for people to rewatch? Yes. On our YouTube channel.
Yep. Draw Anime Academy on every platform. You can go to the live stream tab of our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And it's all there.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of times I don't realize that this question, this Ask About Our School page, is hidden underneath of usernames. But yeah.
Which is more essential, exercise or drawing whatever we like?
There's a time and place.
Probably drawing whatever you like, because if you end up losing your passion, then you quit, then it's all for nothing anyways. Like, I think one of the most important things is to give yourself the freedom to fail, give yourself a long enough timeline, and enjoy the process. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're obsessed with getting better as fast as possible, it's not a good long-term motivator, and it does take long-term to get really good.
Yeah.
It just focus on enjoying it. Focus on exploring and discovering. Like, who cares if you're good? Like, if you're having fun, you win. Like, if you're having fun as a beginner, you're literally winning more than a lot of professionals are. Because a lot of professionals that are working don't even like art anymore because they burned themselves out. And now they're, like, always focus on having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you don't want to like art. Like, that's totally fine. But, like, I was burned out for years. I worked professionally and I didn't enjoy it for a long time, and I love drawing now.
Yeah.
It's super fun. And I got it back. Like, once you lose it, you can get it back as well. You just kind of have to fix your mindset towards art.
What brush are you using right now? You can get it on in our Discord. It's in the resource share channel, and it is a brush that Colton made.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. How often do you guys draw?
Pretty often. Some days I'll go without drawing at all, but oh yeah.
There have been a few days where I go completely without drawing. We generally stream most days, and that's when I do draw. So I draw every day, at least for most of the time. But I need to do more personal artwork, like finished personal artwork. Most of the time my drawings kind of look like this, and I just do this constantly. Like, I have so many of this. You know, sometimes I'll work on like an illustration that's like a sketch like this, and I actually need to finish that illustration too. There's a lot of unfinished illustrations, but a lot of my drawings look like this on stream just because it's fun. Oh look, there's cheerleader Miki. Colton, look.
That's cute.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I draw Miki a lot, Colton's character. She's just very fun to draw. Here's Miki and Tira. That was cool. Awesome. Every time I study anatomy for hours, my brain just forgets it. I studied it for 6 months.
Huh?
I don't know how you're studying anatomy, so I can't really say.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might need to find a different system of how to study it. Like, you may be like, not really, you may be trying to copy an image, but you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I would, maybe change it up.
Yeah. For me, what helped me a lot was drawing everything from scratch. And then color coding and then labeling. That helps me personally to memorize their names, to memorize their placements, and that's what helps me.
Yeah, but there's like anatomy,
This is
like
like
technical
anatomy.
stuff. This
Yeah.
is not like figure drawing. This is like knowing the muscles of the body.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not unimportant. It's just not what makes a character look good that you draw. Like I would really recommend taking a figure drawing class.
Mm-hmm.
It'll focus on the process of building a figure that looks appealing.
Yep.
Part of that is anatomy. A lot of it is not. A lot of it is the gesture, the pose, the simple volumes.
This stuff.
Yes.
Like, I think you
This
could
is super
try
important.
simpler stuff, like proportions and forms. Try that first. Because if you're doing like the actual anatomy, like the muscles, it's just a lot to take in. And if you're like a beginner, like it's just really difficult to remember. So start with this first and just see where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a video called How to Draw Bodies on our channel, YouTube
Yep.
channel.
You can go check out our YouTube channel. Same username.
Yep.
We have videos on that kind of stuff.
Should I learn anatomy separately as a beginner artist, or should I just draw more to remind all parts of the body? I just draw more and just draw the body holistically more. Anatomy, like the muscles that I just showed earlier, is more like focused study, like specific things, and just get a feel for the body and the forms.
It's not
first.
bad. It's just not the majority of what people practice.
Yeah, it feels like it should be important because you're like, oh, but I see all these like little bumps and stuff, and I don't know what those bumps are on the body, and so I need to learn this hardcore anatomy. But it's like,
Yeah.
do both at the same time. You know, a little bit here and there. Draw mostly holistically. Use anatomy and do all that studying like to supplement your really good form drawing. Like this, I would not do like right off the bat. I would do stuff like, you know, this. Getting this part right, getting this part memorized, and like
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I
Proportional
kind of
system.
proportional system, and then you know moving on afterwards.
See
Like
ya, Lou.
this stuff, because this already looks like a body without the anatomy, right? The anatomy is just accent stuff.
A lot of people get really wound up
Yeah.
with certain things, and they spend so long focusing and worrying about them that they kind of lose the plot.
Yeah.
The plot being, I want to draw I want to draw characters that look attractive, interesting. And that comes from like the whole. It doesn't come from knowing the individual names of the muscles and stuff nearly as much as it comes from the design, the appeal, the pose, the general volumes. Like anatomy is just not as important as people think it is. Like
Yeah.
anatomical information, like what this bone is, what this muscle is called. It's not like it doesn't matter at all. It's just it doesn't make as big of a difference in drawing characters as people think it does when they're
Yeah.
beginning.
And I just also think that people like they go to anatomy because people have always told them learn anatomy, you know.
Yep.
So I totally understand.
Exactly.
How much is your art school monthly? Oh, thanks,
It is
Dolly.
a one-time payment of $497. $497 a month?
No. One-time payment.
It is a one-time payment forever. That
Forever.
is it. It is no monthly. There's no subscription of any kind. It is just one and done
Yep.
forever. Nobody ever said the word subscription.
Nope.
It is not. It-
It's all good. I know that for some people, like people would see this kind of program as like a subscription, but we didn't want it to be a subscription. We wanted you to just have it once you paid for it.
I don't like making things that you go through once a subscription. Like you go through it once or you go through it a couple of times. Like you pay, you buy it, you own it.
Yep.
I don't really see the point, right?
Yeah.
You have it forever. You can come back to it whenever you want.
It'll always be there for you.
Is there an account? Yeah, if you get it, it makes an account for you. So you'll get a login and you can go to your dashboard and everything. But it's not created until you buy it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have an account that has nothing.
We are holding a little promotion for this week up till Saturday.
Yep, it's not a little promotion. It's a big promotion.
Yeah, it's a big promotion. I should say it's a big promotion. If you do get this art school, you can get a watercolor of your OC sent to you, and it looks like this. This is a sample artwork.
Yeah, if you do get the school, reach out to us. Say you got it. If you get it before the end of our stream on Saturday, we'll make a watercolor of your character, send it to you for free. It is for people who get the school this week.
Does Procreate use a subscription? No, it's one-time payment.
No, it's one time as well. But yeah, make sure you reach out. You can email us or you can just DM us on Discord. You can ping us on Discord. Say, hey, I got the school. Love to get a watercolor.
Yep.
But it's only for this week. A lot of people who really like their watercolors.
Yeah. I love making the watercolors. I love seeing you guys as OCs and being like, oh my gosh, I get to draw your character. This is amazing. So yeah, I love it.
They are fun.
Think it might bite soon. Awesome. Yep.
I think that might be it. We're going to be streaming every day this week. Big long stream on Saturday. Make sure you mark your calendars. Clear your schedule. We will be live the whole day from morning to night. We got a bunch of fun stuff planned. Character design challenge that you can do on stream. We'll have an art show at the end of stream. We'll look at everybody's art and submissions. It's one of the few times that we actually look at people's art on stream and react to it. We're also going to be doing some pancake art. It's going to be a lot of fun. We draw anime faces out of pancake batter and whatever. And eat them, maybe, unless we want to get sick.
We'll probably make smaller. I don't know. I like making the big ones, though.
And we're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way to do bingo on stream. I may or may not figure it out in time. But it would be fun. So, bunch of lessons, bunch of Roblox Draw Me tutorials. We're going to be doing OC drawing, so you submit your characters in the Discord server, and they'll get drawn live on stream on the iPad.
Yes,
it's going to be a big fun stream all day Saturday. So,
get ready.
Starting at 11 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, and it's going to go until 9 p.m. Pacific on Saturday.
Mark that calendar. Mark that on your calendars.
It's going to be fun. It'll be our third and final long stream of the summer. It had to get postponed because our internet went out, but we got it fixed, and
yippee.
We'll be streaming all day Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll be streaming every day this whole week as well. So we're going live tomorrow. We're going live the day after.
11 a.m. Pacific. PST.
Yep. So that's California time. All right, everybody. Well, have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out and showing up.
Don't forget to check out our anime art school if you want to learn how to draw from imagination.
Yes, it is all about drawing from imagination. So you can check it out, drawanime.com. It's going to be the yellow button.
Yep.
And other than that, we'll be live tomorrow. We'll see everybody later. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I totally forgot we were doing that.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Are you okay?
Bye. Blah.
Bleh.
Wait, I got a good sound for that. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.